Hey man, good afternoon, man. This is your boy Sean. I don't even know why I'm live right now, but it just seems to me that some people are stuck in a realm of their own ignorance and they want to take it out on somebody and then tell me don't talk them to death, but to source up. Like I ain't gonna have 25, 35 different sources. Like I'm just gonna really rely on one expert on the subject matter. Yeah, you hear me talking to you, Aunt West. I'm talking to you, Robert. You said hit the button is hit. Where you at? Ladies and gentlemen, like this show, share the show, come in. It's about to get heated up in here. Real heated up in here. Texting me this foolishness. Don't bring your foolishness in my direction, man. I told y'all I'm beyond the regular media. When I know I can go get the expert information and I can read and critique that information and I can understand where I am and where we are as a people in a pandemic, I don't have to listen to no news media outlets and what propaganda that they're pushing. I don't need that. So what we about to find out today, Unc West wants to argue with me over booster shots. And me, I'm telling y'all right now, it's out of ignorance because he ain't following the science. He worried about what everybody's saying. Oh, booster shots gonna be needed. We just need one, this, that, yada, 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 yada. Oh, y'all gonna hear him explain himself. Where he at? Come on now. Like this show, share the show. Get your granddad in here. Somebody tell your granddaddy we live. Somebody go tell Unc West we live. Get your granddaddy. We about to cook. I'm about to beat the brakes off this Negro light. I'm gonna show. I'm about to watch. I'm about to watch you on. Come on in here. Where you at? Don't say this, that, and the third. Where you at? Come on in here. You about to get washed. Come on in here. Go get your laptop. Don't be on your cell phone. I'm gonna kick you off the panel because you're wasting my time. Be on your laptop. Don't be on your cell phone. Don't tell me to source up and then you send me a Yale article only talking about booster shots. Ain't no scientific data involved in what you sent me at all. He panicking over here. He panicking over here. We arguing about booster shots. He talking about, man, but this new variant, and now we gonna need a new booster at 6. No, that's not how it go. You panic and you end up in that situation. Then he like, I ain't listening to Vince. Vince wasn't the one who said it. Amy was. Amy said we at least need to wait until after a year's worth of data so we can measure what line of protection we actually have. She said what we really should be because we don't have a vaccine schedule. We don't have a vaccine schedule, Unc West. So why in the hell do we need to go get booster shots every 6 months? That's not how it goes, bro. Boosters lose their efficacy quicker than the initial vaccine. Since this is a 2-dose regimen, if you go get a booster, the booster protection will wane. That's how boosters work. They have a projection. But the initial vaccine creates the type of immunity that can forego that booster. So, what I'm trying to tell y'all is, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm not into the booster shot yet. We don't have the actual all the data out there. Now, I highly recommend the booster shot for who? People above Unc's age, because he in his 50s. So he gotta go get a shot. He in his 50s. Who else do I say need to boost the shot? People that's immunocompromised. They need it. We need to create a bubble around them. right? We're not going to boost ourselves out of the pandemic. We're not. We're not going to boost it. If you think getting booster shots every few months is going to get us out of the pandemic, that's not going to happen. You know what's more infectious for us is if we vaccinate 94% of the people. That is what the science says. Since the emergence of the Delta variant, they increased the number of people that we needed to be vaccinated. So if we vaccinate more people, a booster shot isn't going to be likely required. She said you said we've been on differences of opinion on this. Who you gonna listen to? You gonna listen to me or you gonna listen to a 50-year-old dude who ain't even doing the work? Now, where did this booster stuff start? It started when the Delta variant occurred. When the Delta variant emerged, the efficacy of Pfizer's vaccine took a hit. When the efficacy of Pfizer took a hit, you already knew Johnson & Johnson wasn't susceptible. You already knew that Johnson & Johnson was not going to work. So, how did we get here? They tested the Delta variant against Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson. Lo and behold, Moderna had the best protection than either other vaccines. So Pfizer immediately went to go work on a booster shot. See, he fell for the okie doke. So where you at, Unc? I done said my piece. I want you to come on here and argue. You said, but what is the media telling people? The media is telling people that they need to get a booster shot. What is it? What is out there? What is everybody saying? Everybody's saying there's a boost. No, everybody's not saying that. The top virologists, immunologists, and epidemiologists aren't saying that. You think I'm stuck at Vince? You out of your freaking mind. I got something better than that. If I got something it's equal to, if not better than that, let me say it like that. I got a quote better than that. Exactly. Bro, listen. When we initially came into this pandemic, they told us that a vaccine's protection needed to be had to be at least 50% or better. 50% or better. That is the targeted number that needed to be, the efficacy needed to be 50% or better. When the Moderna vaccines rolled out, they were 94 and 95% effectious against hospitalizations and death and prevention of, the spread of the disease, protection against the spread of the disease. So here we are. And what I've been telling y'all is we're about to get some data that comes down the pipeline. So Unc says my stuff ain't based on science. Everything that I say in regard to the pandemic is based on scientific evidence. It's not based on my opinion. If you want, I'll give you my opinion. My opinion is, Unc, you want this smoke? Bring your old ass on here. Where you at? Get the likes up. Get the shares up. Get the likes up. I'm about to take this old man to the woodshed. And I'm going to do it with the data. I ain't even, listen, I'm going to share my screen so people know that I ain't faking. Nope. Don't sit on the sideline. You got the link. It's in your email. It's in Abjuware. Don't sit on the sideline. Everybody's seen this. Here's my sources. I ain't going no further than this. I'm not going to look for no other sources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 sources, and they all in the description of the video. And Unc, you ain't read not now one of them. So bring your old ass on this panel. Get up, get your lazy ass off the couch. Tell your kids you'll be right back. You're about to go handle some grown man business with Sean. Bring your ass on. Where you at? Don't talk me to death. The button is hit. Don't talk me to death. You made that up. And Vince, my man, I hit the button. The button been hit. Button been hit. And I ain't made up nothing. Vince said it. Amy said it. And other top epidemiologists and virologists did it. Corey. So I'm arguing with Unc because he in the mood. He ain't arguing with nobody in a week or two. He he want to talk to me about booster shots, and then with the new variant coming out, he all excited. Like, man, he excited. He the old man. He up in his age. He getting excited. Man, you seen the new South African information? I'm like, yeah. He said, I'm pretty sure you already read it. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, he probably had some chitlins. He was like, so you telling me that man, they need to make a vaccine? Hold up. And he know it's in there. So he like and he like, hold on, I'm trying to scroll up and get to y'all. Cause he tried to talk funky to me, then gonna try to tell me the source up. So he talked about the B115, and I basically told him, I said, this is a mutation from immunocompromised. We talked about it. He says they need to make a vaccine that has a larger range at this point. It's going to be hard to keep people getting extra shots. And I said, why? I said, they didn't for Delta, and it prevented hospitalizations and deaths. People just need to get vaccinated, plain and simple. And then he was like, yeah, but people he's like, yeah, but people doesn't want to get a shot every 6 months, bro. Point blank. Hell, you refuse to get a booster, and that has been approved for everybody. I said, ain't nobody talking about every 6 months. We don't even have a vaccine schedule. That is a fact. We don't have a vaccine schedule, ladies and gentlemen, for Sars Cov2, for the COVID-19 vaccines. Let's just put it like that. There's no vaccine schedule. But yeah, he's like, he's saying what he's saying. So I said, you vaccinate everybody, then you control variants. I said, you not gonna boost yourself out of a pandemic. You vaccinate everybody, then you control variants. That is a fact. That ain't me making it up. Then he says, Sean, what are you talking about, bro? So are you now overturning science? I'm gonna repeat that again, y'all, before he throw dirt on my name. They need to make a vaccine that has a larger range at this point. It's going to be hard to keep people getting extra shots. I said, why? They didn't for Delta, and it prevented hospitalizations and deaths. When I said why, ladies and gentlemen, did you know that they didn't just go out and start vaccinating people because the Delta variant emerged? They began to test the same vaccines against the Delta variant, and they found it to still present hospitalizations and death and the spread of disease. It was still successful at doing those things. Then I says, people just need to get vaccinated. We just need to vaccinate more people. That's my point. So he says, yeah, but people don't want to get a shot every 6 months. And bro, point blank, hell, you refuse to get a booster. And that has been approved for everybody. I said, ain't nobody talking about every 6 months. We don't even have a vaccine schedule. We don't. So you're not going to boost yourself out of a pandemic. You vaccinate everybody, then you control variants. Sean, what are you talking about, bro? So are you now overturning science? I said, you don't watch Vince and Amy, huh? Or listening to epidemiologists. I said, I know exactly what I'm saying. You don't boost your way out of a pandemic. You vaccinate 94% of the population. You get things under control. He says, Vince is one person, bro. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce everybody else to other scientists who actually agree with Vince and Amy. Where you at? The link in your email. Been in your email. Don't sit here and say I emailed you. Abjuware. It's in your email. He says you put the booster your way out of a pandemic in there because I agree with that point. He said you put the booster in there because I agree with that point. You ain't got no choice. I'm following the science. You ain't got no choice. He got the link, Sheffrin. I emailed it to him, bro. Don't let him play stupid. Don't let him play stupid. He got the link. It's in his email. You don't believe me? Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to send it again. I'm going to send it again. Email. Abjuwell. Link sent again. I sent it once. I'm going to send it again. I'm going to send it another time. I'm going to send it again and again and again. I'm going to send it again until you keep on clicking. Where your old ass at? Get your old ass on here. Get on here. Put down the chitlins, the macaroni and cheese, your hot water cornbread. Put all that shit down and get on here. Get on here, Unc. Where you at, Unc? Put down the chitlins, the collard greens, the mustard greens, whatever you eating over there. Put it down. Put your chicken, put your fried turkey, put it down. Get on here. Put the cranberry sauce up. Get on here. Put on your little hoodie. Gonna tell me that I'm trying to overturn science. I'm following the science. So who following the science? We finna find out who following the science today. He's set up. Come on. This is why y'all gonna need to get this book, What Sars Cov2 Taught Me, because it'll help protect you against people like when he get into one of his moves where he want to argue with people. Y'all got to get your book. I'm following the science. Where you at? He said Baltimore niggas eat lobster and crabs for Thanksgiving. Sheffrin, y'all eat lobsters and crabs, yo? Wake up from your little afternoon nap and hop your little happy behind on this panel. Wake up, Oh, he texting me. I'm coming. How long is gonna take you? Oh, my bad. You old. My bad. You old. It take you a while to get to your destination. You're old. It take you 15 minutes to go get a cord for your laptop. I got you. I'll entertain everybody. Since you said I'm trying to overturn science, I ain't even gonna share with you. See, this how I know you don't be watching Science with Sean, because when I talked about booster shots, I brought up the evidence in the booster shot thing explaining the whole thing. We just don't rely on what immunologists are saying. We just don't rely on what epidemiologists are saying. We rely on virologists, epidemiologists, and immunologists. We rely on a multifaceted of actual experts to see what we need to do. The boosters, yeah, they approve the boosters for everybody. So what? But does everybody need a booster? Does everybody need a booster? Yeah, don't forget your Charles Darwin book. Don't forget, I want to hear all the natural selection you got, buddy. Where it's at? Oh, I got another source. Just email me. I ain't even gonna use this on you, Unc. You my friend. But you finna get this whooping today, buddy. Where you at? Bothering me when I was sitting there chilling, watching football, watching college football, minding my business, relaxing. I just got done watching King Richard. It was dope. I enjoyed every minute of King Richard. And then here you is poking with me while I'm watching football, because you got to get a booster. Everybody ain't 50. Everybody ain't 50. And I ain't making it up. I'm following the science. Yeah, go get your Omo Valley sources. Get all that. Where you at? It's sure taking him a mighty long time to hit a link that he got in his email multiple times. Put the chitlins down, Unc. Come on now. Or is you eating that Big Mac no burger and fries and a Pepsi? What is you doing? We waiting on you. Make sure you got your copy of what SARS-CoV-2 taught me too. Because these are the things that SARS-CoV-2 is teaching me. Like, we're running off with this whole mindset of booster, booster, booster because the media is driving that, bro. The media is driving that. And we still don't have a vaccine schedule. We just going with the flow at this point as in regard to what type of protection we are getting. Because they still testing people. They still testing the efficacy in the vaccines for people who've had the vaccine since the earlier onset. They know what they're doing. And then when they release it, when we have enough compiled evidence, then they can create a vaccine schedule, and then that we could adhere to. Then we know what we're doing. But until then, we have to vaccinate more people right now. We can't stand in the middle of this. We can't simply sit here and push this to the side. We need more people to be vaccinated. You need more people to be vaccinated. We don't want to take the risk of people continuing being naturally infected by this virus. That is what we don't want to happen. We don't want that to happen. So I'm not out here telling you, okay, just go get naturally infected. We just get we just get the other 70 million people naturally infected, which will happen over time eventually. We don't know how many of them people are die. Hell, we're approaching 800,000 deaths. Don't tell me to stop. I was minding my business, man. I wasn't trying to go live. I was chilling today. I've been live the last couple of days. Ain't nobody showed up for the lives. I don't care what he say. He can talk to you on the phone or text you and tell me whatever, tell you whatever. He can talk to Sheffrin on the phone. He can go in a back chat, side chat, up chat, down chat, left chat, right chat. I don't give a damn. Bring your old ass on here, Unc. I was minding my business. I was minding my business, man. I was not bothering nobody. I was standing in my little corner, reading my little scientific articles, and knowing that this is what I'm paying attention to. Listen, y'all. He gonna hop on here when he in the car. We ain't gonna hear him. He gonna be cracking up. His voice ain't gonna sound. Where he at? Where he at, Nunu? Where he at? Where he at, Sheffrin? He on another live stream? Was y'all live somewhere? Or is he trying to collect? He trying to get his sources together. You see what I'm saying? He's unprepared. You've been arguing with me for an hour, bro, and you only showed one source. And here it is. I'm 24 minutes on a live stream, and you got the link. You have the link. I'm gonna send it to you again. I'm gonna send it to you again. This time I'm sharing my screen. Everybody can see my screen. You have the link, my boy. Where you at, my guy? There it is. Abjuwell. Get this link. Again. How many of them you want? How many of them you want? Look at them. Look at them. Look at them. Ab Jews. Ab Jews. Look at them. Ab Jews sent. Come on, yo. Quit playing with me, man. He come, y'all. He still ain't showed up. He say he coming. He keep texting me. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. He talking about the link don't work. He's saying the link don't work, y'all. He's saying that the link don't work, y'all. Invite, email, Abju. This is the same way I always send the email. Sent it again. This is the only way that I send you the link on. Don't tell me that it don't work. It work, Well, type in the chat. If the email link ain't working for you, type in the chat. Type in it. If the link don't work, type in the chat. I'm gonna just drop it in the chat. That's all I'm gonna do. Now he talking about send it to my phone, bro. I need you on your laptop. I don't need you on your phone. What you're trying to do is you trying to play me right now. You trying to find some supportive evidence to help you out. You trying to find whatever little data that you know that it is gonna require to move me off my square. You trying to find it and you can't find it. Everybody that's seen me send you this link over and over and over and over and over again. Don't tell me something ain't working. You threatened me. You told me to hit the button. Hit the button. Hit the button. It's almost 30 minutes from hitting the button. I hit the button and you still ain't showed up. So I'm going to try again. Now, I just copied the link, sent it to your cell phone. Where you at? Come on, They want to hear this because apparently you've been talking behind my back. You got people in the chat over there saying that y'all at odds on this. How we at odds on this? We should be at odds on this because I follow the science. So we gonna see who following the science. We gonna see who following the science. Is actually following the science, or is Sean actually following the science, or is actually following the news? And Sean ain't even listening to the news; he listening to the experts. We gonna see. We gonna see because I could have sworn. I could have sworn that every time that I do a live stream, Uncle Keck, Robert West, that I always got the sources in the description of the videos. If they ain't in the description, I damn sure showing them on the screen. So where you at? You eating hog maw and pickle relish? Hot pickle relish? Huh? What you eating, I told you don't eat them chillins. Y'all see the name of the show. He on his way. He got the link 20 times. I made sure that he got it 20 times. Unc West wants to argue booster shots out of ignorance. Who's following the science? Today's show about who's following the science. I hope you brushed your teeth, Unc. Because they going to smell the chilling juice through your cell phone. Oh, man, here we go again. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I need y'all to hit the like button. This fool done hopped in here on his cell phone. He ain't even gonna put no science on this. Don't try to act like you looking at TV.
I'm gonna beat you up for calling me a
Don't
fool.
act like you looking at
That's
TV.
your first mistake. I'm looking at you.
Nah,
that's your
you ain't
first
looking at
mistake
me.
for calling me a fool.
I ain't call you a fool.
You just said it. You say this
No,
fool just jumped
I
on
ain't
the
call
phone.
you a fool. I didn't call. Did I say Uncle West, you a fool?
Yeah, this fool. I'm the only one clicking in at the moment.
Well, then you better. You know that.
I
You
ain't
know
mad.
I was being funny right there.
Up. I know
Come
you
on.
was. Don't take it personal. I'm coming and beat you up.
Bring it.
So let's get this straight.
Let's get it straight.
So watch this. That's why, you know what I'm saying, texting is bananas because people will always take shit out of context, right? Here's my point. The general population, not Sean, not Unc, not niggas who read in the journal, Nature Journal, Science, right? They can clearly see and read, right? Read the CDC, John Hopkins website, that they have approved booster shots, okay? Everybody can see that, Sean. So you howling screaming about the date ain't there, the date ain't there. A person automatically thinks that you're saying that what they're saying is wrong. That's a mix-up, bro. Simple as that. So I'm telling you that there's a difference between an additional shot and a booster shot. I want to make that clear right now, right? An additional shot is for those who have compromised immune system, right? People who might got AIDS, people who might got multiple sclerosis, things that compromise your immune system. So you will get an additional shot, right? But a booster shot is really a half shot, okay? Particularly we talking about like Moderna and Pfizer, okay? That's because Sean gonna come up with something different. He ain't gonna be able to show it though. He gonna talk that shit. He ain't gonna be able to show it though, right? That based off of the test that they were doing on the vaccines prior to the emergence of the Delta variant, they felt like that the immunity was good so far, right? It was slightly falling, but it was good after 6 months. Now that the new variant showed up, Delta, they ain't necessarily got all them tests in yet, right? The vaccine is still good against it, but everybody admits that it's waning, so they say, well, just go get a booster shot. Anything else that Sean is talking about, I don't know what the hell this guy's talking about. The general public can read and they say they can get a booster, Sean. You're gonna say that no, they don't need a booster. Now I'm saying is, yo, you ain't better than the science. Go ahead and make your point, Sean. Now that we clear.
All right, so Unc says that I'm not better than the science. In no way,
Nope.
in no way do I think that I'm better than the science. I think that I'm following the science. So if I'm
And the
not
CDC
following,
not?
if I'm not following the science, then I wouldn't know what a booster shot or a third shot or additional dose for COVID-19 was. So I'm not even gonna get into your little article because I already had this information. So what I'm gonna do is
act like Sean. Hold on. Just answer the question. You doing what you did on the text message.
No, bro. You just assassinated my character.
No, I didn't.
Okay. Go
I'm
ahead.
actually real quick in front of
Trying to
everybody.
dominate. You trying to dominate. Go ahead.
I'm not because you
okay.
want to.
Go ahead.
We know what you know, nigga. You wrote a whole book, so we know what you know, nigga. That ain't nobody questioning what you know, nigga. I'm asking you: does the general public, everybody that lives on planet Earth, the majority of them people aren't reading the journal Science, journal Nature, has a booster shot been approved and has an additional shot been approved? CDC recommendation, John Hopkins, yes or no, Sean? That's all I want to know.
And I'm gonna say this like I said it before.
God. Here you go.
Okay? I'm gonna say this like I said it before. The media is well aware. Don't say no.
I said the CDC. I ain't say the media.
Let me finish.
Why you doing this to me,
let me finish.
I can't let you finish, Sean.
How? You don't even know what I'm finna say. I just let you talk though, and I ain't say nothing. I let you talk, and I ain't say nothing.
You won't answer the question. That's not right.
I'm answering the question, but you won't let me. You won't let me.
Just say yeah. Yo, say yeah,
okay.
Sean. Just say
Look,
yeah.
No. I'm going to answer your question, and then I'm gonna qualify it. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
I think that's all I was
trying to do.
Don't say
media though. I know. Don't say the word media because John Hopkins is not the media. CDC is not the media.
Hey, listen. Dr. Cole works for John Hopkins, bro. So absolutely, we know that ain't the media. Dr. Cole.
Okay. So why you say?
And you know how we feel about Dr. Cole. So
yeah, that's our people.
Right, that's our people. So she works for John Hopkins. So no, hell no, they're not the media. They accredited people. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, yes, and I said this earlier, and I don't know if you heard, and I said this before. I said yes, boosters are approved, and additional shots are approved. However, everybody don't need no booster shot. Now, I agree with you, Unc, that everybody is not reading what I'm reading, and this is why I'm saying what I'm saying every time that I discuss booster shots. The data isn't there that tells the people that are below the age of 50 that they actually need to go get a booster shot. The data is there to support. The data is there to support people over the age of 50, people who are immunocompromised, right? And people people who are frontlining, who may be exposed, right? The potentially exposed to the virus on a day-to-day basis because of the environment that they are in. That is what came down the pipeline based on the data. Now, when I say I don't need no damn booster shot right now, it is because, for this simple fact, the vaccines, and you agree, are still over 90% infectious against the spread of infectious disease, hospitalizations, and deaths. Even when the hold on, let me finish. Even when the Delta variant emerged, and let me put this on there. When the Delta variant emerged, right? Let me find my source here. Right? Even when the Delta variant emerged, okay, the vaccines were still over 90% against the Delta variant. The problem here is the efficacy wand in Pfizer and Moderna. Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson. So the protection was less against the infection, because this is really what people are up in roar against. They're talking about
infection, right?
Infection. So when they talk about what is my protection against infection, they're looking at these low levels of efficacy, but they initially told us all we needed to be was over 50%.
Right.
So what I'm saying is we're actually jumping the gun when we still have Moderna 88% infectious, and then we have 67%.
I know, but who's jumping the gun? The CD? Are you saying the CDC and John Hopkins is jumping the gun?
No,
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
No. Here's where I'm
that's
saying
my point, yo. You gotta get my point, yo.
Okay, so let me go.
Like everything you're saying, I clearly get what you're saying. I'm just trying to say, yo, maybe they want to be a little more ahead of the curve, like a little bit, maybe, because the CDC they've changed. They recommended that, right? So you name some at-risk people, right? Like me and what I do, right? I'm at risk because I'm in banks, I'm in different buildings, I'm around people all the time. Crazy, right? So I'm definitely a candidate to get a booster, right? So based off of my limited
understanding
of said subject, right? Yeah, and I'm old.
Don't forget
whatever,
you old
nigga.
as hell.
Whatever, nigga. I'm old enough. How about that? Anyway, so I got the booster, right? Okay. Now, so but I'm saying, like, people like California, Atlanta, and all that, now they approved it for everybody, yo. So I just don't want you making it seem as if they're giving mixed messages. They not. The CDC, I can read it to you, John. They're not giving mixed messages, yo.
It's on the screen.
I wouldn't say that they don't have no science, because they're not the media, bro. That's the CDC. You feel me? So the CDC and John Hopkins, that's two credible boards of science right there, right? I'm saying they saying it's okay for people to get boosters. That's all I'm saying. Like, you can't argue with me about that.
I'm listening. Yes, I can. Now let me mount my argument.
Defeat the CDC.
No.
Mount your argument against the CDC.
Thank you. Just mute out a little bit. Mute out a little bit and let me teach. Mute out a little bit and let me teach. Let me cook. You remember when you let these pseudos just run rampant? Well, let me talk a little bit like you let the pseudos talk without interruption.
I'm gonna let you talk as you beat up the CDC, undermining your whole position.
No, I'm not. No. See, this is where the confusion. I want to make it clear. That's all I want to do.
Sean, how the CDC and John Hopkins don't know what they're talking about.
You still ain't. I got it on the screen.
Read it.
I got it on the screen.
All right, go ahead.
COVID-19 vaccine booster shots. I got it on the screen.
What's that new update right there in yellow, nigga? The yellow update. Go what's that?
New.
What that say?
People aged 18 and older received the Pfizer or Moderna COVID-19 vaccines may get a booster.
Okay, so why you gonna click past the new?
I didn't do that.
There you go.
I didn't. No. I didn't do that. What's the key word in the whole thing? What's the key word in the whole thing?
New. NEW. New.
No. What's the key word? They highlighted it in bold on their own. I didn't do it. They highlighted it in bold on their own. May. That doesn't necessarily mean that you need to get one.
Yeah, right. That's May. Yeah, and it means you want to, you can choose to. Okay, so we're good. There you go.
Oh,
that's all I was saying.
Oh, okay.
You dove out there with the data.
No. Hold on now. Because
show us
you ain't. No. I ain't. No. It's my turn now. I heard you.
Turn, yo. You better come back. You down by 30 right now. But go ahead.
How? I'm
come back. You come back.
Okay.
Sean, you're a star. You can come back.
All right.
But you down by 30 right now. I proved my point. But go ahead.
Let me go ahead. Let me just go ahead.
Read that. I love this source. I read this. Go ahead.
Let me just go. Let me. Yeah, I'm sending you all the sources because I know. So I'm gonna go ahead and no. I don't need you. I don't need you jumping in. I don't need you jumping in. I don't need you jumping in. I don't need you jumping in.
Go ahead, man.
I don't need you jumping in.
All right, go ahead, sir.
So back to my point.
And I'm protecting my brothers on the pseudo killer, yo, because they got a right to speak.
I don't give
no matter how pseudo they is.
I don't give a damn. 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 So, Dr. Paul Offit, a member of FDA Vaccines and Related Biologics Product Advisory Committee that voted, told CNN Wolf Blitzer on Thursday that proper expectations need to be set about what vaccines are supposed to do and how they remain effective. But that's not all he says here, okay? Because he says here, before we even get to that, he even goes on, ladies and gentlemen, just so y'all can see the article. COVID, not everyone will need a booster, experts say. So it's not just, listen, it's not just Vince Racaniello. It's not just Amy. It's not against
Now read that again, Sean. Now I don't trust you. Read it again. I faded out.
Not everyone will need a booster. Experts.
Say what though? You went from the guy on the board.
Say
you went from the guy on the board. Where the guy at on the board you was talking about?
I'm finna deal with Offit. So don't think that.
Offit.
Yeah.
That's Offit right there.
No. Just go ahead, leave, boy.
Why you?
I'm about to put you in timeout just so I can read the dang on article and then bring you back.
All right, read the what you talking about, Offit, and you switch it that quick?
No, I'm not. I scrolled up to show people the dang on article, bro.
Okay. And this is from when? What's the date?
October 15th.
Man, Sean, Sean.
I know what we are. Listen.
Go ahead, Sean. No, go ahead, Sean. My fault. I apologize. Go ahead,
all right.
There's gonna be some good information regardless.
Ladies and gentlemen, here lies the problem, okay? The experts, all right? The experts have already told everybody that we don't have a true vaccine schedule, right? So we don't know. For some people, protection could exceed a year, could exceed a year and a half, could exceed 2 years, could go all the way up to 5 years. The focus primarily and the hesitation was primarily due to the fact of the Delta variant emerging and becoming the dominant variant in the world. We saw how more infectious and we saw how more deadly the Delta variant began to become. Okay? This is a known fact. So, with that being said, people was like, well, yeah, we're going to need booster to do this and booster to do that and booster to do all of this stuff. All right. So everybody who has seen Paul Offit on CNN, he's a constant on CNN. He's also on the panel to approve vaccines, whether it's for an EUA or a BLA. He's the guy. He's one of the guys. So he says, yet some experts, let me start from the beginning. Where this lady says it in her article, the CNN analyst, she says, yes, some experts are noting that while antibodies may wane over time, the initial 2-dose regimen from both Pfizer and Moderna vaccines is still holding up against severe COVID-19 infection. Paul Offit, a member of the FDA Vaccines and Related Biological Products Advisory Committee, voted on Thursday that proper expectations need to be set about what vaccines are supposed to do and how they remain effective. Now, everyone has to agree because there's a misconception of what vaccines are. what they should do and what they should not do. People are confused on that. So we have to do a better job of educating them. He says, we have to define what's the goal of this vaccine. If the goal of this vaccine is protection against serious illness, meaning the kind of illness that causes you to seek medical attention or go to the hospital or the ICU, the current vaccines as a 2-dose vaccine are doing exactly that. So you don't really need a booster dose, at least as far as those data are concerned. The committee recommendation for Moderna booster is the same as the one granted last month for Pfizer's 3rd dose. It's authorized for people older than 65 and people 18 and older who are at risk of severe disease or who live or work in situations that puts them at a higher risk for complications of severe disease. Offit said that although he voted to recommend have those booster shots for some people 6 months after their first dose of Moderna's vaccine, he doesn't think everyone needs one.
Okay, you proved my point, Sean. Damn, nigga. The nigga voted. Okay. What you want me? Now you down by 60, yo. The nigga voted, yo.
No, I'm not, because you still don't even understand. You're not understanding anything that I'm saying.
He voted. You do. He said everybody don't need it.
You don't understand what I'm saying.
No, I don't understand. I just heard you read it. You said he voted.
Tell me, no. Tell me what I'm saying.
You said that although he voted for it, he's just
no. Not what I just read. I want you to tell me what I am saying.
I don't care about what you're saying. I'm talking what you read. I ain't gonna go for that trick. I'm dealing with the source.
You don't know what I am saying, Ankh. That's the problem here. You don't understand that. So all right. He's telling you that everybody don't need a booster, although he recommends booster shots for people who are on the front lines, who are immunocompromised and of a certain age group. He ain't saying that everybody needs one. The CDC ain't saying that everybody needs one. We don't even have a vaccine schedule. They are voting off of a hypothesis at this point until they have further data. They are trying to protect people. And what I've been saying is we don't boost our way out of a pandemic. We have to vaccinate.
No, you're switching it right now.
I'm not.
No.
That's what this is how I know you don't pay attention to what I'm saying.
This is part 2.
No, you don't understand what I am saying.
Sean, listen what I'm telling you. Calm down, bro.
Why are you telling me to relax? You're not even listening.
I know. Once you say you can't boost your way out of a pandemic, that's not the conversation me and you are having right now, bro. That's not a conversation we're having. That's a whole separate school and class for us to teach right there, bro.
No, you are of the thought. You are of the thought. You are of the thought that you're going to control the narrative. No, I said multiple things in the conversation. I was very clear. Bro, we don't have the data.
Sean, you cannot change minds, yo.
All right.
You can't do that. That's all I'm saying, bro. Like,
can you see the screen?
You can't make me say what
can
you want to say.
Can you see the screen? Can you see the screen?
Change the so now
no. Can you see the screen? Can you see the screen?
Man, come on,
Can you see the screen? Yes or no?
No, I can't see the screen. No, I can't.
Okay. Can you see the screen now?
No, because you just read something.
No.
Earlier, 2 seconds
Can you
ago.
see the screen now? Yes or no?
All I see is Tyson chicken. Thanksgiving.
Okay.
That's all I see. I don't see nothing else.
Thank you. So you can see the screen, but all you see is Tyson's chicken. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. Can you
go ahead, Sean? Read it, Sean.
All right.
As you change the conversation.
Can you not see the
Yeah, we have defined. We have to define what's the goal of this vaccine. Okay, we got you. Go ahead. If the goal of this vaccine is to protect against severe illness, meaning the kind of illness that causes you to seek medical attention or to go to the hospital or the ICU, the current vaccines, as 2-dose vaccines are doing exactly what you said. So you don't really need a booster dose, at least as far as those data are correct. Okay.
All right. So as I said, all right, thank you.
How does that defeat my point?
No. Stop. You said what's no. You asked me what's my point.
How does it defeat my point?
Okay. You asked me.
Point is.
What's my point, Unc?
And your point is that you're claiming that the data says that we're okay right now. That's your point, Sean.
Are you
My
sure that's
point
my point?
was
No.
it
Are
gotta
you
be
are you
that
sure? Are you sure that's my
and
point,
that the
Unc?
vaccines that are currently constructed now are effective against severe disease and hospitalization. I'm thinking that was your point, Sean. I hope it is. I swear I hope that's your point. If that's not your point, Sean,
So if that's my point,
is that
does
your
the
point,
data
Sean?
not say that? Yes or no?
That's what that statement you just read said.
No. No. Forget the statement.
That's what you
The
just
data.
read. We
What does?
will
All
get you
right.
the
So
data in a
now, all
minute.
right.
Hold on.
So
No,
now,
relax.
okay.
No,
So
relax. Sean, relax. We're gonna get you that data in a minute. But my point is that the general public reading the John Hopkins website and the CDC website, right? They're under the I'm gonna say illusion, because you just made an illusion that they shouldn't get the
no, I
booster. And
didn't.
I'm saying that's not, I'm saying, then Sean, then why would the CDC say it? They saying it, Sean, so it's okay for people to get a booster, Sean. It's up to them to make that choice, bro. That's all my whole argument was that. You came back with you can't get out with the infection, blah, 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 you can't fight it. No, relax, Sean. I'm saying that everybody just sitting around, at least trying to be astute and go to John Hopkins website and the CDC website. We do have people that read that at least, bro. I'm saying based off of reading that, yo, they're going to be safe. They're going to feel safe in taking a booster. That's what they're saying. You can't holler out, no, they don't need one. Sean, no one's listening to that. They're reading the CDC website. We teach people to read the CDC website, Sean. So there
You
seems
see,
to be
you
a
see how
disconnect in
you
what we're
talking?
saying.
No. You see how you talk for 5 minutes? I ain't say shit.
Man, I just made my point though, Sean. We
No.
shouldn't even be arguing the point.
No. You see how I let you talk?
Yeah, go ahead,
But
Sean. But you cut me off.
no.
You cut me off.
Hell yeah, I
I'm
cut you
saying,
off because I
brother,
just let you talk for 5 minutes and you
that wasn't
still
no
won't even
Sean. That wasn't
listen.
5 minutes, Sean.
You won't even listen
Sean,
to
that wasn't five
understand
minutes,
the
Sean.
science, bro.
So what was your point? So did I make your point right though? Did I get your point right? What you were saying? Because you asked that. I thought I explained it.
No.
But I understood your
What
point.
does the data say?
We ain't pulled the source on what that data says yet.
I did show. I showed a Minnesota source that said the vaccines was 90% effective against the hospital, the death,
That was in
hospitalizations,
October.
and all that. I had that
And
up
that was in
already.
October. That was in October, Sean.
No, I didn't bring up an October source.
I say what's the date on that? It was in October, remember?
Okay, so you want me? This is what I'm gonna do for you. Okay,
Yeah, bring it back up again.
no. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna do any of that.
I'm gonna bring
No,
this.
no,
So hold on,
I'm
while
not
you
gonna
at
do.
it,
I'm not gonna
while you
do any of
talking.
that. I'm not gonna do any of that. I'm not gonna do any of that. What I'm gonna do is I want you to, and this is why I said you need to be on your laptop. I want you to show me
You need to be
data
on my
that
laptop,
says
Sean.
I want you to show me any scientific data that says that the vaccines are not over 90%
So
effective
that's
against the
fine.
spread
So
of
then
disease,
why?
hospitalization,
Okay,
and
smart
death.
guy. Okay, so here's my point. Then why would people
I
listen
don't
to the
want no point.
CDC?
I want
No,
data.
listen.
I
Why
want
would
data.
people? Sean,
I want the
are you
science.
saying? Wait. So you're
Nope, I'm
basically
not
saying.
listening to you.
So
Go
you're
give
not.
me
No.
a
I'm
source
saying
to
you're
say the
Sean.
vaccines ain't doing what
Sean, so you're basically saying that the CDC
go
and
get
John
no.
Hopkins
That is
has
not
no data to support
nope.
their
I ain't
claim.
said none of that. I said go
So
give
what are
me
you
a
talking about
source
then?
that says the vaccines ain't doing better than 90% against the spread of infectious disease, hospitalizations, and death.
You're tricking me right now,
No,
Sean. You're
I'm
playing
not
tricky.
tricking you. I'm
It's
not
called
tricking you.
trickology, Sean.
I'm asking. No, I'm not. I'm asking you an
Trickology,
honest.
Sean.
No,
No, you're
I'm
not. It's
asking you to
trickology,
go get
Sean.
me
Now,
data
I don't
that
have to go
says that the
get you nothing.
vaccines aren't doing that.
I brought you the CDC and I brought you John Hopkins and
Oh,
said you can get a
the
booster. So
CDC
obviously
says
it
the
had to be based
vaccines
off
are
of something,
doing
Sean.
90%
So then,
against the spread of
okay.
hospitalization.
So here's the genius part then. Here's the nuance. Here's the piece that you supposed to know, Sean.
Just say
Bring this
you ain't
home,
got the
Sean.
data, bro. Just
Sean,
say
bring
you
this
ain't
home
got the
for us.
data.
Sean, bring this home for us,
Nope, because
Sean.
you talking me to death.
Sean, I'm not. Sean, bring this
You
home for
doing
us,
what
Sean.
y'all do on the other damn channel. You talking. You ain't got no
Nah, man,
source.
you hating like you always hate on the
Go
other
get
channel.
me
That's
the
okay.
data.
Sean, I don't have to talk. I'm going to say it again, Sean.
Go get me the
That the
data.
CDC and the John
Go
Hopkins,
get
are you
me
saying that they
the
don't have their
data.
things? Sean, so I'm saying that the CDC and John Hopkins is quote unquote data driven. Are you going to try to act like that's
Look,
not
I
right,
ain't
Sean?
been. I know I've been letting Unc talk. Go ahead, say what?
Are you trying to say that the CDC
You
and
keep
John
saying
Hopkins
things that I didn't say. I'm clear on what I'm saying.
Sean, wait a minute.
You're
Sean.
the only one not clear on what I'm
Sean,
saying.
Sean, by you saying, go find me some data, right? You're basically saying that the decision that the CDC and John Hopkins made is not data driven, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying right now. Me and you ain't even in a complicated situation. You about to turn it that way for no reason, right? I hear what you're saying.
You ain't. No, you don't. You don't hear me.
It's crazy, son. Like,
you don't hear
there's
me.
a line there, right? And you dove over the line for no reason.
No, I didn't dive over the line.
Yeah, we have two separate things we doing here.
No,
You're trying to show
Unc,
that the vaccines are effective. I don't disagree with you on that. I'm showing that the general public reads the website of the CDC and John Hopkins. It said if they so choose to, they are approved to get a booster. That's
you
all
didn't
I'm
say
saying.
that. You never said that in the conversation. You never said that in the conversation. I said it on here. You never said that in the conversation.
I'm gonna read the text. I'll just read the text.
I already read the text to everybody.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you read it the way you wanted to read it.
No, I didn't read it the way I wanted to read it. I read exactly what you said, and I read exactly what I said. You see how you did that? I didn't do none of that. I didn't do none of that. I read it exactly how you said it.
Here's the question. I said question.
I read it exactly how you said it. I read exactly how you said it. So don't sit here and say that. The Moderna and Pfizer vaccines against COVID-19 have shown greater than 90% effectiveness soon after the second dose. Studies suggesting immunity. I'm not following none of that, bro. The vaccines are doing their jobs.
You hear what you're saying, Sean?
The vaccines.
My question is the information the public is getting telling them to get the damn booster shot, Sean, right or wrong?
I'm not even arguing what the public is saying. I said that. I kept saying that. I kept saying that. I'm not listening to the media. I'm not listening to the media.
No, man, the CDC is not the
media. The CDC and John Hopkins ain't came out and said they came out and said one thing and then they ain't said nothing else. The rest of the time, the conversation's been carried by the media, Unc. The CDC and John Hopkins is not coming out and talking to everybody every day.
I'm gonna read it. Here you go. John Hopkins Medical Health. You want me to share the screen? Got me hot now. I'm gonna share some. You playing words now, yo.
But damn, what you do?
You're going too hard. You ain't gotta go hard.
I'm not going hard. You don't even understand what I'm saying. That's what I'm frustrated with.
Okay, get unfrustrated. What are you saying? I'm here listening.
You don't understand what I'm saying.
What are you saying?
Well, I'm trying to slow it down all the way. I'm trying to slow it down all the way.
Slow. The wheels and fell off moving so slow.
The science says. Okay. The science says, Unc, the way the vaccines are currently performing against all variants, that it is doing its job to stop the spread of infectious disease, reduce hospitalizations and deaths by over 90%. The science says that people over the age of 50 are recommended to get a booster shot. People who are immunocompromised are suggested to get an additional shot. And people 18 years.
So why would I get it? You just read me in there. Like, how's that wrong, Sean?
How many people that we took? Shut the fuck up, bro. How many people do we deal with that are 50 years old? How many people? Hold on. How many people do we deal with that's 50 years old? Please tell me that.
I've never done a consensus of the age group. I think we range from 18 all the way to 70 years old. I don't know, bro. Seriously.
What is the majority? How old is the majority of the people that we talk to on a day-to-day basis?
Man,
you're the senior. You're the senior.
But okay.
You're the senior. Now, however, there is our sister out. We got a couple of sisters that is up in age that listen to us, right? And I have been brutally. I have been older than you are. I've been brutally honest and told them that you need to follow the science. The science says and recommends that you get a booster shot. I've never told no one not to get it. However, I have been honest about it and said that
we just don't have the CDC and John Hopkins. How's you gonna go past them?
You see, you don't even know what the fuck I'm saying, Unc. You
You
don't
gonna
know
say
what I'm
that?
saying.
Go ahead.
You don't know what I'm saying, Ankh.
Look, we're not cussing on the mouth, so you cussing for no reason.
No,
Calm down.
you're not listening.
But I'm
You're
not
not
cussing.
listening.
Go ahead,
Okay,
Sean.
but all right, you're not listening, Ankh. Just because you can talk a little calmer does not mean you're winning anything. You're just trying to do that on
I said
purpose.
something about
The
winning.
point is, Ankh, is these. The point is, Ankh. The point is, Ankh, that these people. No, the point is the data that we don't have, and you won't say this because you don't know it. The data we don't have, ladies and gentlemen, is enough data for us to create a vaccine schedule. So we don't have all the data. They're making the recommendation. That's why they say you may, you could, you are eligible to. They encourage. They're just saying these things. They're not saying that you have to.
So okay. So now I have a whole different impression of science. Now I don't trust the CDC and I don't trust John Hopkins based on what you say.
Nope.
Now, how about that?
I don't know.
So why would anybody trust
No.
Sean? It don't make nobody's gonna write a whole book like you
still
did,
not
Sean.
listening,
So you saying you
bro.
gotta write a whole book, Sean, to get that? You trying to tell me that just going to the CDC and John Hopkins ain't enough, Sean? I think it is, bro. No matter what you say, no matter how you try to put it, Sean, I really think that's enough. But based on what you're saying, it's not. Yeah, because you're basically saying that they're not data based. That they're not data driven based. They are. The CDC is data driven based, Sean.
I never said that they were not.
Is data driven. Okay,
I never said they were not.
Okay, so but watch how you say it without saying it. If you're sitting here telling me, right, that there's no data, watch this, Sean, that there's no data to support a booster, but yet I show you with the CDC and John Hopkins and the FDA approve that it is, then there's a problem somewhere in there, Sean. Either me and you got the problem, or we have two separate conditions. You just said it again.
So show me the data that tells me that I need a booster shot. Show me that. I don't know
about. So now you're on the me.
Yeah,
because you over 18, bro.
No, fool.
Can you not read?
All right,
yo, click that new button. You know, where's the screen share on here, bro? Where's the screen share? Where is the screen share?
It's always been where it's been. It's right there in the middle next to Cam Mike. Yeah, you hit share. What I am sitting here saying to you again, I'm telling you again that what the data says, okay? The data says it. The CDC that I put up there says may get a booster. People age 18 years and older who receive Pfizer or Moderna COVID-19 vaccine may get a booster.
So what does that mean, Sean? What does that mean?
That you may.
They just guessing?
They
are
are
guessing
encouraging.
No, are they guessing that though, Sean? Are they just pulling out their ass, Sean? What are they looking at, Sean? I'm asking you. Man, you're gonna dumb me up on.
I'm waiting on you to share your screen, man.
If I can't even share the screen.
All right, it's fine. Here you go. Here you go.
Yeah,
read this real slow. Read this real slow.
Man,
right
I ain't
here.
reading nothing real slow, man.
Okay. Well, all right. There it is on your screen. If you receive Pfizer, BioNTech, or Moderna, you should get a booster if you are ages 50 years and older, ages 18 years and older, and live in a long-term caring setting. You may get a boost. You may get a booster if you are ages 18 years and older. When to get a booster? At least 6 months after completing your primary COVID-19 vaccination series. Which booster should you get? And then they give you this.
So you don't agree with that? So free. So you don't agree with that, Sean?
I don't
agree with that. Yes or no?
Yes
or no, Sean?
May. It says May. It's not telling me to go get a vac. It's not telling me to.
I'm asking you, do you agree with what we just read?
No, because we don't have a vaccine schedule.
Thank you. Just proved my point. That's you. And I'm saying I'm not listening to you. That's where I'm at. I'm not listening.
You don't have to listen to me.
Why would I listen?
Because
to you,
everybody don't need to get a booster.
Right there. It's
okay.
Not saying that.
So Paul Offit. He's telling people that you not every. Okay, no, he's an expert. So if he's the expert,
I'm not listening to that expert.
Okay,
how about that?
All right, so you don't have to listen to the expert. That's absolutely fine because you guess what? You're 50 years and older, so You gotta go with the guidelines. You're over 50, but everybody in the chat ain't over 50. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
You made
So
it up,
when
Sean. What you forgot to say is Harvard, he actually voted yes for this. You know it. You just read it, Sean.
I'm
He
gonna
voted
say
for
it
the
one more
18-year-old.
time, Unc.
He read it for
He
the
told you
18-year-old,
why
Sean.
he told you why he
I
voted
don't
for
care,
it.
but he voted for it though, Sean. Why did he vote for it, Sean?
All right.
Why did he vote for it,
Paul
Sean?
Offit, a member of the FDA Vaccines and Related Biological Products Advisory Committee, voted on Thursday that proper expectations need to be set about what vaccines are supposed to do and how they remain effective. He goes on and then says, we have to define what's the goal of this vaccine. If the goal of the vaccine is protection against serious illness, meaning the kind of illness that causes you to seek medical attention or go to the hospital or ICU, the current vaccines do this. So you really don't need a booster. They do
So
it
why vote
already.
for it, Sean? Why did he vote yes? What are we missing here, Sean? Help me
The
out, because
committee
now I'm starting to feel.
recommendation for Moderna's booster is the same as the one granted last month for Pfizer. It's authorized for people older than 65 and people 18 years and older who are at risk of severe disease or who live or work in a situation that puts them at higher risk for complications or severe disease.
I know, so
Office
why are we
said that
arguing?
although,
I'm trying to tell
hold
why are we
on,
arguing though,
hold
Joe?
on, you asked me a question. Although he voted to recommend have those booster shots for some people 6 months after their first 2 doses of Moderna vaccine, he doesn't think everyone needs one.
Where the fuck would he think, nigga? Where's his paper on why would he think? How about that, Sean? Because the way he thought made him vote for it, bro. You don't get that? Like they err into the side of caution, Sean. Like, you don't see that? Like, me and you don't gotta argue this, but as soon as you say you don't agree with the statement from the CDC, then my ears gotta go up. And then you call us pseudo when we talk about the slave trade. That don't make no sense.
Hell yeah, y'all pseudo. So I don't even know why you even trying to bring that up.
Did you
You
bring it
can't
up?
bring that over here. That conversation you keep over there at the barbershop.
Yeah, but you brought that up.
We on that data over here. We data driven over here. So what I'm saying to you is based on the data. You said where his papers at, Do you want me to pull up all the Paul?
Yeah, pull up his paper that backs his statement on why he voted yes.
No. Do you want to see his body of work? Because he's on the committee,
I don't want to see that nigga body of work. I want to know why was this nigga
he's on a committee.
Hold on, bro.
He's on a committee. He's on a committee.
First of all, you act like that's me.
No, bro.
First of all,
you just sit here and you just try to dismiss an expert that's sitting here telling you, although he answered the question you asked, and then he says, although. Now he's not the only one. You said first, you was like, I ain't listening to Vince on that. I ain't listening to Amy on that. Both of them say the same thing that Paul Offit says. That's three experts. And I can continue to go further. I can go down the expert pile until I beat you upside the head for you to be like, all right, okay, I see what you're saying. I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. All I'm saying to you, Unc, is the fact that based on the data, the vaccines are doing exactly what the expectations was set for this vaccine. When they initially rolled the vaccines out, the vaccine's job was to protect against the spread of infection, hospitalization, and death. That was what they tested for when they initially rolled out the mRNA vaccines. Those was the expectations from the beginning of the damn pandemic. So now the expectations are changed. That's what I'm saying, Unc. That's my position and my argument against this. You're changing the expectations, rooted in something that was never the initial onset when they rolled out the vaccines. So yeah, we're going to have two different type of conversations because I'm thinking about, all right, you're saying this because of what now, Unc? Because the vaccines was only focused on 3 things when they initially rolled out. So now our expectations have changed because the people in the whole world, I mean, in the other people outside of the scientific community now want to say, well, we need to do this or we need to do that. So now the scope is changed. This is why I said the media is having an emphasis over this booster shot conversation. And they ain't letting the scientists do their job completely. I think phone or whatever messed up, so y'all gonna have to hold on. Here's the other part of my argument right here, y'all. The number of people getting the booster doses is currently outpacing the number of people getting their first dose of the vaccine. So what I'm arguing is that we need to vaccinate more people, not just boost our way out of a pandemic. That is the data. When you got more people going to get boosters than all the other ones, hold on. There you go. You on your laptop?
Nah, yo, I'm good right here, yo. But I feel like that's a separate concept. That's the part, like the next, how you move out of that section, move to another section. Because I agree with you.
Nah, he ain't run. I ain't running nowhere. We agree more than we disagree. I just ain't feeling his whole.
How you not feeling my whole CDC, John? Damn, yo, I'm in Vincent class too, yo.
The way you present it to me, I don't agree with it, and I'm telling you why.
Maybe it was the text message that got. I ain't an expert, yo. I was simply saying that I took a booster.
Yeah, and look, I'm not. Listen, but hold on. You know this for a fact that I ain't gonna tell nobody not to go get a booster shot. I'm just gonna tell you why I don't got a booster shot.
Yeah, because I get it, because we read it. It said everybody don't got you. So everybody don't got you. You're in the everybody don't got you side. You're right. So I ain't telling nobody.
No. Just don't put me on the everybody don't got you side, because that ain't following the science.
I'm saying with you. But I'm just saying, so everybody won't
my decision is based on the data. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm following.
And I heard you. So you don't think I heard you say that 100 times? So then my next question was, which you never talked about, was then what's driving their decision, Sean? It's data driven. And I came
for older people, it is data driven. For the elderly
18-year-old.
No,
right?
Don't just say 8. Don't just say 18-year-olds.
18 and over. 18 and over.
No. Add it in its proper context. It says in its proper context, you should get a booster if you are ages 18 years and older and live in a long-term care setting.
Yeah, got you. So that's like like you injured or something, and which okay. But Sean, but then you got Atlanta, you got Florida, and I think Alabama, where they just took all that off. Period. You know that, right? Where it's just for everybody. You get that, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
And I guess then we can start talking about the actual politics of it. So why would this government choose to do it that way and that way? That's what you I am right though, am I? Or am I just tripping? Making up
You
shit?
ain't tripping. Go ahead.
But
Hold on. The states, but hold on real quick. I just want to add, the states that you named all have low vaccination rates and have high COVID infection rates.
Correct. And I'm saying, and so that's our job to make those distinctions right there. But I'm saying you can't argue me down about John Hopkins and the CDC. That's my real point. Although this was the
listen,
private
man, I would
conversation.
never listen. I would never go against. I would never go against John Hopkins, bro. I'm not going against John Hopkins right now. Now the CDC, I will pose it, but I know where they're getting the data from, so I really can't argue much of that. Like I don't have an argument when it says you should get a booster if you are 50 years and older and ages 18 years and older and live in a long-term care setting. But then when I look at our listening audience, right? When I'm and this is why I'm taking the position that I'm taking, because I'm thinking about the listening audience, people who actually tune into Science with Sean, and maybe some extra people who may tune in when we're arguing with each other and it's interesting and and everybody ain't got nothing to do and they want to see us,
Right.
go
Right.
at it. Those
Right.
people. So when talking to those people, I'm basically saying like, all right, look, the data is okay. If the vaccine's job initially, when this whole thing kicked off, y'all. When this whole thing kicked off, the vaccine's job was to prevent the spread of infectious disease, hospitalizations, and death. And we have vaccines that do that at a 90% clip. Now, we panicked because there was breakthrough infections because of the Delta variant, and people wanted to protect against the Delta variant because Pfizer had weak efficacy and Johnson and Johnson had weak efficacy. But Moderna's efficacy against the Delta variant, and I can put it back on the screen, was 88%. So it was hella protective from that infection thing. So now this is what I mean by a change in what the vaccines were supposed to do, because now it's all about preventing infections. And that is, unless I don't know if Uncle's going to agree with this or not, but
Go ahead.
the whole notion of preventing infections is kind of weird because you can never stop a virus from attacking you to a point to where it can't find a cell in your body to infect. You might you might
Yeah.
you might stop a large percentage of this virus from attacking your cells, but the virus doesn't, because it's finding cells where it can attack doesn't mean it won't find a cell that it can.
Yeah, the vaccine just stop that snowball effect, like,
Correct.
because it already got the answer to the question, so it slows it down and stops its reproduction.
Yeah, right. So that's what so my argument is based on, all right, so
The
now we in
obligate
this,
intercellular parasite.
yeah,
That's what it is. Obligate intercellular parasite.
boom,
So it needs.
right.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So now that's the gist. Well, that's the nucleus of the booster shot argument. Do you agree with that or not?
That people think that's gonna, because you got a booster shot, gonna stop
The
infection. No, it
infection.
should no. That's no. That shouldn't be no.
Right,
No, you can get a booster,
but
still get
people do
infected.
think that though. But people think that I need to get a
No,
booster shot so I don't get infected. You see what I'm saying? That's what people thinking is. Your phone messed up again. I'll wait till you blink out and come back. But that's the nucleus of the argument for these boosters is just that, to protect against infection. A virus constantly attacks you. But if a virus doesn't have a host, then we can eradicate this virus by vaccinating the right number of people. Which he agrees. This is why I say we agree more than we disagree. I just disagree with the whole notion that boosting our way to prevent infection is going to do anything. Ultimately, no, I'd rather see it in newer arms than people who already got it. Why? Because we slow transmission, we slow its effectiveness. We do all of these things. We don't give it a host. If you don't give it a host, it can't do what it needs to do. And it goes back to what Office said to CNN about the responsibility of a vaccine. People need to understand what the job of the vaccine is to do. And when you make that statement, you go back and look at what these trials was designed to do. Now I see our boy Mal in the chat. What up, Mal? And he's absolutely, yeah, there you go. That's what I'm saying. Like, people are trying to boost against infection. Oh, I need to go get a booster so I don't get infected. But hell, if we got all the people that ain't got a shot, a vaccine, we don't even we're less likely to experience what we call these breakthroughs. Even with a booster shot, a virus is still going to try to attack the human body and look for a cell. It is always on the hunt for a cell. Always on a hunt. Now here's the benefit. Here's the benefit of being vaccinated at this point, because vaccinated people, whether you have a booster shot or you just have the regular vaccine, people who've been vaccinated, right, clear the virus faster than people who've been unvaccinated, and people don't transmit it at the rate that unvaccinated people transmit it. So wholeheartedly, I understand. I just have this position that, man, look, if once we get the solid data where we can see people who haven't had a booster who got vaccinated a year ago, and we get those studies to see how far this lasting immunity actually is, if it's 12 months out or further, then we can actually start uh, creating a true schedule that we can adhere to. If we're just going to assume the role of other vaccine schedules, then that would be disingenuous with the technology that we have that is far better than these other vaccines that we have schedules for today.
You talking about like when we, just for everybody listening, like if you belong to Pfizer and all the Kaiser and all that,
Yeah.
you know, they recommend you get your flu
Let me
shot,
go
right?
ahead so
So when
bad.
you go into there to get your flu shot, right? So
My
it's like a
bad. So
schedule to get a flu shot.
yeah.
Huh?
Hold on real quick. So yeah. I agree. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Tuck, you my boy. I love you. You my boy. I love you. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, we at war. So just give me a second. But nah, um, and that's real. You know, you my boy. Tuck, you my boy all the way. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now, either way, okay. So either way, we're winning. My thing is I don't want people to just think that, man, we just go always have to get a booster shot. That's not what the science is saying. It's not saying that we're going to have to get these shots every 6 months. Remember, that was the pseudo's arguments initially, and the pushback was no. Look at the vaccine is still doing
Yeah, that's
its
different.
job.
Yeah,
It's
that's people trying to take advantage of it, Sean. So the reason the CDC and the other companies came up, and John Hopkins and them came up there, because they look at how stable, you know, the vaccine is, you know, how the antibodies are, I mean, how they working 6 months later, right? And they admitted it dropped a little bit, right? Then we had the new variant. Then we got another variant that's in South Africa right now. So all that affects the efficacy of the vaccine, right? But still, and generally speaking, we know it's way better than not running around without a vaccine, no matter what people say. No matter how you try to dive in our conversation and make something with it ain't, and reality, this and that and other, that's not, yeah, that's not the reality of it. So there is no, what word I want to use, there is no situation, there's no risk-free solution to this. You know what I'm saying? So what am I saying here? Even if you think you're just gonna run around without a vaccine, there are risks. And
yes,
I don't think the pseudos really understand that, Sean. Like we into the data, right? To the point where we know there are risks, right? No matter what. We understand it to the point where there are risks on both sides. So we've never came to y'all saying there aren't any risks. There is no such thing as no risk in the world we live in called nature. So there is a risk to getting a vaccine. Then watch this. By consequence, all the things you can get from the COVID vaccine risk, it quadruples and triple druples of not getting it. So for me, that makes no sense. So if we're talking blood clots, right? Then you're saying that, well, I don't get the vaccine because I might get the blood clot. Or I want to get the vaccine because I might get the
yeah, that's
what
bogus.
is it? The swollen what is it? What's it called? What's the
Swollen
technical
lymph
name?
nodes.
Anaphylactic. Oh yeah, I don't want to get it. Yeah, but just running around unvaccinated, you're at a higher level of catching that. It
For
makes
all
no
of those
sense,
things. Yeah, all of those
right?
things you
That's
think
it,
the vaccine gonna do.
right? So how is that making any sense? And I think that's the point. If they don't get the hell with all the shit we just said, I want y'all to get that point. There is no quote unquote risk-free nothing. Okay, you want to talk about kids getting swollen? It's a technical name for it, Sean, for the when they inflamed heart,
You're talking about myocarditis.
myocarditis, right? Okay, and they get it. What, one out of 4,500 vaccinated kids? Do I have that right? I think that is
Yeah,
it.
well, it's
I
more
think it
than
is.
that. It's more.
Okay, okay, more than that. But how many kids get that are not vaccinated and catch the coronavirus, Sean? It's 1 out of what, 10, 20?
Mm-hmm.
So like
Well,
so
we actually know on 100 on a scale of per 100,000, it ain't that many. When you look at the overall picture, the risk reward changes wholeheartedly. And so really what they're trying to do is insinuate ignorance. And when you're talking about
yeah.
myocarditis, because the myocarditis rate when you get infected with SARS-CoV-2 is yeah, way
But
up there
no,
compared to a
what is it?
vaccine.
1 in 10, 1 in 20, I'm thinking. I swear, bro. I think it's
Yeah,
one in 20.
it's hold on. I'll look
I'm
for it.
telling you, yo, I got the book and I ain't got it on me. I swear it's that. So I'm saying is anybody coming to you with that, the Rizza Islams, your everyday old pseudo talking crazy, look at them like they're mad, yo. They're mad. It's always been risk reward. From day one, we've always said there are risk reward. What are we saying when we say risk reward? We're saying that there is no risk free treatment around this motherfucker. That there's a possibility that this could happen, this could happen, this could happen. And based off of the clinical trial, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, we know at what levels these risks are. We know. We know there's a difference between the vaccinated child.
There go your answer. Damn, his phone messed up again. Told you need to get on the laptop, bro. There go your answer right there. For everybody that's was listening to what Unc was arguing about the myocarditis, you're 16 times more likely to have myocarditis uh, from COVID infection. I mean, from the disease than you will from the vaccine. So he gonna drop off again and come right back. But the point is there. Your 16 patients with COVID-19 had nearly 16 times the risk of myocarditis compared with patients who did not have COVID-19, and risk varied by sex and age. Oh, we can't hear you. And the vaccine, people with the vaccine, you don't have those rates. So this whole argument about the inflamed situation that can be treated and so on and so forth that people are arguing about is really asinine. That's why I said we you know how it go. But I'm gonna wait till you come back. You'll be right back, and then I'll reshare screen. Shit off the table if I hear that mac and cheese rattle around in it. Yeah, I crazy. But where Mal at? Mal, where you at? Check your Facebook. I should have texted you. My bad. I'm tripping.
Yo, you got the thing. You told them what it was?
Yeah, 16 times more likely.
Right. So then why are people doing this to our people, yo?
I'm gonna put it back on the screen.
Put it back on the screen. So I think this is essential in this conversation here, man. No one's coming to you and say, hey man, everything is risk free. We've always hit you with the quote unquote the risk reward, right? What we mean by risk reward, that the risk of something tragic happening to you with the vaccine, right? The risk of that, you know what I'm saying, does not overwhelm the reward we get from the society taking vaccines. That's what we've always said. This is the first thing we say. The pseudo comes behind that and says, yo, I'm not giving my kids this because they can have an inflamed heart. Okay, that's fine. But do you really believe that? Is that what do you really mean that? Because if you really meant that, then you would give them a vaccine, because the rate of your kid getting an inflamed heart from coronavirus is 16 times more greater than it was if you got vaccinated. See how that makes no sense? So they always hit you with this misinformation. Matter of fact, at this point, it's complete disinformation. The only reason we can go to work and do what we do right now right? It's based off of that high medical science. It ain't based off the herbs and spices. It ain't based off the Navy beams from the Nation of Islam. It's not based off the pseudified pseudos. You know what I'm saying? Like Muhammad, the Muhammad guy, the Rizza Islam guy, who routinely quotes the CDC. And based off what we read from the CDC, they completely agree with vaccinations are one, that they're safe, two, that they are effective, and three, right, it's one of the weapons used in the fight against a coronavirus and a pandemic. So anybody quoting from that is a bona fide pseudo, and they cutting and pasting like a Baptist preacher do on Sunday before they pass the plate when he reads from the Bible, cutting and pasting scripture, trying to convince you of something that makes no sense without reading the whole goddamn chapter 2. This is what he's doing. And he does it.
Hey,
That's his favorite go-to, Sean. But go
but
ahead.
you gotta add to that, that myocarditis has happened not just in people who've been infected with SARS-CoV-2, right? But you have to think about all the other viruses that people have had that have had that response. This is common in infections.
Facts.
And we got Brother Malcolm on here to attest to the fact that myocarditis is not something new. This just didn't start occurring due to this
Oh yeah.
particular virus. We have a history of people having this type of response. So that's why they know how to treat this, ladies and gentlemen. They know how to treat this and deal with it from a scientific perspective, especially in those hospitals, because they know this is common with people who've been naturally infected with these different viruses.
So let me real quick. How you doing, brother Malcolm? How you doing, man?
Man, what's up, guys? How y'all?
What up, bro?
We're good. So I'm saying when I was young, I around 12, right? I caught a virus, right? I don't know what kind of virus it was, but whatever it was, I had a fever, right? I was sick, chills, but I couldn't walk. I'm gonna say this again. The shit attacked my ability to walk. Right? So I went to get out the bed to use the bathroom and I fell on the ground. The virus had weakened my ability to walk. My limbs was weak. I couldn't walk. It was crazy. My father had to carry me to the car. They took me to the doctor. They just said they didn't know what it was, but I simply had a virus. And they gave me some something that would fight a virus, right? After the fact, right? And it got better. And over the days, I began to get my ability to walk back. Walk. It's crazy. So I'm saying viruses attack in all different forms of fashions, right? So I just wanted to kind of make that point there to kind of agree with you. There's a lot of different things that come from catching viruses, and if you have a vaccine against it, then that's always the best measure. Go ahead, Malcolm. Where you at?
Man, no doubt, man. Good information. Man. It's a pretty good discussion, though. You know what I'm saying? The discussion about booster and I like how y'all breaking it down, mentioning some of the big names on the big stage. You know, keeping people informed. But yeah, y'all both make good points. And I was texting in the chat, you know, that a lot of the booster talk was, of course, about immunocompromised people. Of course, and then there were some talking about the waning immunity, but then there was, I think, what Paul Alfie's point was, hey, we need to let people know that look, this third shot, we may be targeting more so infection because we're halting disease and hospitalization. And they, you know, they watching the Israel like they did earlier with the Israel infection rate increase. You know, it was a couple of things about those studies that some other, you know, some experts critiqued and were like, nah, we're not really. And you know, the CDC, I think personally, is, you know, they're being extremely cautious, is what I would say. I don't want to say overly cautious, but I do think they're playing it safe. And they are, and, you
I
know,
agree.
and they're using data. They're using data, but I think they're playing it very safe. Because we've seen them not, you know, like people have taken. So people have taken the CDC and some of the measures and the actions that they have made here recently, and tried to demolish their character. And I can't possibly argue on the side of anyone who would say that the CDC has done anything intentionally. I think they've done the best they could with with whatever information they had, and they've used that to be extremely cautious. And I think that caution is what I think other experts who may be critiquing them, as they would on some of the things that they're doing. So I think Vincent Racaniello and the team, even Shane Cried, I think he's been on the show a couple of times. He's an immunologist, world-renowned immunologist. Y'all mentioned Paul Alfred, what I'm saying? Some of the big guns, they've kind of had their, their opposition in a sense. But all in all, they agree that hey, it's better to do this than to do nothing at all. So the discussion y'all having it's pretty good discussion, man. I like it, man.
Yeah, Malcolm. When we tuned in to Vincent Raccanello, that's another level right there, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
come on, yo, man. I ain't
I
listening to
agree.
Sean arguing me about Vincent. Sean, get out. Come on, yo. That's a whole nother. Like, if you don't got the vocabulary down, bro, you're not even catching what they talking about, bro.
Right. Don't even fool with it. Just stand down. Yeah, I
Stand
agree.
down, yo. Stand it down. I like the conversation they had on there about the lab leak. You heard that one on there?
The lab?
About the lab leak. They were talking about
Oh
the lab
yeah.
leak. I forget the
Shit,
guy.
which
Man.
one? Which
Yo,
one?
Sean, which
Yeah,
one you sent me, Sean? That
he's
shit
talking
was
about
dope.
old boy,
What's my comment?
and the sister who
Baltimore,
they,
not
hold on, I'm gonna give you
Dude,
the
he sent the
name.
letter. He sent the letter to Favalsi. Remember the email? He the dude that sent the
Rambar and
email.
Robert Gary.
Gary
okay.
sent the email to Favalsi, right? And he was
Oh,
saying
okay, yeah.
early on, he was saying early on he thought it was the possibility for a lab leak. Everybody took that shit out of context and got mad when he went back and said, "Wait a minute, now we got more data. It's this now." And then they was
You
like,
know
"What?"
that's in
But
the
you said
book,
he
right?
said no, huh?
You know that's
Yeah,
in the book.
what chat? Yeah, okay, what chat?
It's in the bonus chapter, dealing with the lab, page 167. It might be 165 in your book.
Read it. All right, read it. 165 in my book. I don't know why I got this book. 167. did you try to cheat me or something, Sean?
Nah,
You
I ain't do
cheating?
nothing.
Okay, I'm just
Nah,
saying because you try to get me like that sometimes. I'm just making sure. Read that. That shows you how in real life how scientists think. And if you read what scientists think, you're gonna be shook. Oh my God, they changed their mind. Oh my God, that's because that's what it is. Right? So when Malcolm says about the CDC being cautious, because that's what they have to be.
yeah.
Because now as human beings, you gotta say, yo, although Sean can bring us some data points and say, yo, we're not there yet. Calm down. They saying, yeah, well, we might not be there yet, but they know it's another variant on the rise. They try to put all that into play. The conversation is serious when it's at the highest level. It's not just, oh, that's what it is. Oh, we're gonna live. It's a religion, yo. Jesus Christ can't. No, it's not even that. And I think this is where most people get lost, Malcolm and Sean. I swear. They get lost in that. So I'm glad Sean went live with this conversation. Sean know I strike it up in the text. We get the argument, hit the button.
Yeah, Sean gonna hit that button.
He ain't
Hey,
gonna
they
threaten you. He ain't gonna threaten me with the button. That's what everybody do. But that's what we do on the back. Man, we do that on the pseudo killers. Sean's still mad at pseudo killers. Oh, he's mad to me. I don't know why.
I ain't mad at the pseudo killer.
Talk shit. Anyway, but
That's
this is
it.
what
I
we
just
do though.
talk my it. That's it.
But this is what we do though. We had these conversations. So Sean, are you saying that the CDC and that I get them with that. I know you wrote a book now, so now you gonna overthrow the
Yeah,
CDC,
but look,
Sean?
when it all comes back down to the conversation, it comes back down to this:
What it come back down to?
understanding scientific integrity.
Oh yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah,
You
they
know what
ain't
I'm
gonna
saying?
get. Yeah, they ain't gonna get there. They're pseudo run wild with the conversation.
But
Oh,
yeah,
Sean
but
said
see,
this.
it's stuff like this that help me take the position that I take on a whole bunch of arguments, because you got to know how you got to understand the ethics and science, the methods, the manners, and responsibility of conduct of research. Like the way that this whole thing is administered in order to advance knowledge. Like at the end of the day, me and you arguing, cussing, or whatever we're doing is really what scientists do, minus the cussing.
Oh
But
yeah.
they argue.
All
Don't
the
get it
time.
twisted. They argue all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and it be fierce. It be fierce,
Yeah,
like
they be all, yo.
red in the
Hey,
face arguing.
I'm
Yep.
glad you said that,
Yep.
man, because people think science is just a room full of dudes that all agree. That is far from the truth.
Nah, it's a
Dude,
room full
they
of
be
dudes
on,
that disagree.
man,
Right.
them dudes be on each other's head, bro.
Yeah.
They
How
be
did
on
you
each
how
other's
did you get
head.
that conclusion? Everything's challenged. How did you come to that conclusion? Because I'm sitting here reading your paper and it looked like you skipped this, you skipped this, you skipped this. No, I didn't. It says it right here and this and this. Yeah, it is. And then they got 5 people that agree with a paper and 15 that disagree with a paper, and they beating the hell up out of the 5 people.
Yeah, you can read that in the journal Nature where they get correspondence. So like somebody published in the journal Nature, then they had a correspondence to it. And sometimes they'll show you the emails where the scientist is writing back and forth and saying, well, I think you got that wrong. If you put that in there, you put that in there. Yeah, man, that's it. Yeah. Yeah. And it'll force somebody to make an addendum to the paper. We fix that section right there. Yo, it's brutal, at the end of the day. So how anybody can say that
Shoot,
science is everybody, amen, is ridiculous.
on Vincent Regnell and them show, man, on Twitter, man, they
They
smoked out
argue.
David Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they argue with each other. They was on the dude that won the Nobel Peace Prize that was talking about the smoking gun and the lab leak hypothesis, David Baltimore. Man, they
Yeah.
hopped
They
on
beat
dude's
him up.
head real quick.
Yeah, they beat him up.
Amy, she
Oh,
slick be on Vincent Regnell hit.
send that to me. That one. What segment was that?
About the
David David
David
Ain't that the
Baltimore.
one I watched when they was talking about? That's the one that won the thing, right?
Yeah, it is the one that you watched, but he mentioned it, and then they beat him up on it, and then they went on about the conversation.
Oh yeah. Yo, Amy, I think Amy is my favorite biologist, yo. I gotta say it.
Well, all she does is spend her time in the lab and
Yeah,
teach.
that's all she do, bro.
I
She a
got a minute,
whiz
yo.
kid.
Amy
She a real
crazy, yo.
whiz
She be
kid.
slow with them. She be hitting them with the slow draw. Huh? What? Yeah. She be, oh man. Yeah, they ain't missing the beat, yo. They ain't missing no beat. Yo. That's why
See,
we.
and then another part though, like when I was while I'm studying this book, they talk about how messy science is. Like it doesn't like when we get the articles and things of that nature, it's clean. But
Yeah.
what people don't realize is that there's so much dirty work that went into how they got to a clean paper. And then they feel like that scientists need to be more transparent with the dirty work that took them to get to the clean paper. But who's gonna really cipher through all the dirt, like all the twists and turns, all the hurdles that they had to overcome in order to get to this particular retestable result that continues to happen? Like people don't understand that. So when the science concludes a particular way, this means once it's published in those journals that we should be able to replicate that testing and understanding that data from a perspective that it has been tried and true. If it hasn't been tried and true, I'm going to say this real slow. You do have people that have plagiarized and misrepresented data. They've been caught and their papers have been retracted. And we've seen this occur during the middle of a pandemic, dealing with ivermectin
Yeah.
and some other things. So we've seen this during the pandemic. So ultimately, this is why we be like, follow the science. But then you had somebody they tell us to trust the science. They tell us to follow the science. They tell us to do all of this. But then you get this. You don't know the integrity of the person that you're listening to. You had a whole orthopedist talking about viruses, epidemiology, and immunology, and he's an orthopedist. Malcolm, as a nurse, do you take medical advice from an orthopedist about vaccines?
No,
Why not?
because his thing would be orthopedics. You know what I mean? So I would particularly go to him about that. Now, if he's a vaccinologist or immunologist or virologist, you know what I'm saying, whose profession involved that kind of stuff, then yeah. Now that's not to say that I would throw away what he has to say, but I would consider it, you know what I mean, because but I would measure it up against what the experts are saying. I'm gonna have to go
All
back
right.
to the people that do that. You know what I'm saying?
So this is for both of y'all, whoever want to answer. So if an orthopedist told you that the death rate in the Pfizer study from last year, the 44,000 people that was involved in it, the all circumference number was based on the vaccination status, the vaccine, would you trust that data, or do you or would you conclude on the data that was presently based on that the number of people that died from any involvement in those testings was all natural and the et cetera, et cetera?
I'm gonna go with the study.
I think Unc dipped out on the mute. He eating again. So the new argument now is that of the Scott Allen Youngblood, the orthopedist from San Diego, originally from North Carolina. And he went and did a video, and it's 7 minutes long, and he did a lot of rambling in that particular video, and he misconstrued the data. So basically what I'm telling people is his integrity was not there to conclude the way that he did, although he threw up some slides, but he didn't tell people where they got the data from. He just threw some stuff up there and started talking about them and talking around the subject matter and so on and so forth. So it allowed things to kind of move away from where it needed to be, because it was based on fictitious data. So this is how, when people are like, well, why trust the science? Is because the science exposes those behaviors from unqualified people.
So what is I don't know if this the guy that I saw
It's new.
a
This
while ago
real
or
new.
not.
This from earlier November new.
What you talking about, Sean?
Really?
All right. So there's a dude.
What's
His
the deal with
name
this?
is Scott. His name is Alan Scott. Scott Allen Youngblood.
Young blood.
Uh-huh. He's talking about some data that he really ain't paid too much attention to. And he's pushing the narrative. And I can't really say too much about it because, they struck my channel down about it, but I'm gonna talk about it again. I'm gonna do it on Facebook Live, because that's the only way I'll be able to get it off. But he just misrepresented he misrepresented all the data, and then the deaths and all that. He's saying that like 22 or 30 people died during the Pfizer trial from the vaccine. He said all that was related.
Oh my. Oh my. Ooh, what he gonna be tripping, man. You know what? Man, I don't want to say wrong, but
Yeah, man. So that's pretty much what got us to where we are. And I end up getting a strike behind it, but it's all good. I think I'm trying to come in.
Hey, anytime somebody call me and knock me off this joint, God damn, I can't stand
Yep. That's what happened with the StreamYard.
StreamYard is bananas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so what was y'all saying? Y'all was making a good point.
So I was talking about Alan Scott Youngblood, this new dude that came up. Hold up real quick. I ain't gonna play the video. I don't want to do too much elaborating on it because I'm gonna have to do it on like a Facebook. But
why they be striking the videos again?
My Science with Sean channel got struck because I played the video and then I critiqued it, but his video was still live on another channel. And then they said the Autobot thing said that I violated. It wasn't people, it wasn't YouTube, it was other people that said that I violated their little policies or whatever. And see, the video was still live, and um basically they saying that I violated the little local health ordinances and all of that stuff. But
Yeah,
I
not you. Yeah, why they do us like that, dog? Like
right.
that's the bullshit.
Right. I went directly with the data. And see, here's one of his slides that he put up regarding Pfizer and talking about adverse events. And then he tried to put all of that on the data, saying that the people who received the vaccine were 2 times more likely to have an adverse reaction.
Oh yeah, he
And,
made that up.
yeah, and he was saying stuff like that. And then yeah, but that's what he was arguing here. And then he was saying right here, like the deaths and all of that stuff.
Yeah, he just fucked. He just went
Yeah, he
crazy.
was saying that all the deaths was in the vaccinated group. Look, the total deaths, vaccine group, 20. You know what I'm saying, was more than the placebo
Yeah, he
group.
just was
But
crazy. It's so much. Oh my
he don't
god.
tell you in there, how those people died. And then he said something like this. So like he listen to this. He said great initial vaccine efficacy against COVID infection and severe disease at the height of the pandemic, but no reduction in mortality. He asked that question. So he posed and I told everybody in the chat, I told y'all that this would stay up. Y'all didn't believe me. This would stay up, and it's still up. Since the 5th of November, it's still up. And
But why is
so
it still up though?
hey, I don't know. They struck me. But then the whole notion of this is that when he makes the assessment that during the height of the pandemic, why wasn't mortalities was reduced? And then I simply showed, well, first of all, mortalities was up in February because you don't have an you don't have a approved vaccine for everyone until May, based on Biden. You see what I'm saying? But in
Yeah.
June and July and all of that stuff, we start seeing the deaths decrease. We start seeing mortality decrease. So it's like his whole arguments was just really out of ignorance.
Who
And
is the guy though? But who is the guy? We just
he's
getting
an
attacked his back.
all right. So he graduated. Excuse me. He graduated from Duke University.
But he's a what though?
He's an orthopedist.
With the feet? With the feet?
He's an orthopedist.
That's feet, right?
He's a sports. He does sports injuries.
Man, okay. But that's
So he can
different than
repair
feet.
your ACL, MCL, PCL.
Yeah. Man, would you get this nigga out of here? Yo, get him out of here, yo. Orthopedic, man, that's your feet, yo. All right, dealing with your feet, yo. I swear, look it up, Sean. What did it say?
No, orthopedist. He deals with. You know, that's who did my knee surgery. My knee surgeries.
Yeah, they specialize in bones.
Yeah, bones and
Spell
stuff like that. Yeah, he's into all of that, fixing bones
orthopedist.
and dealing with all of that. Yeah, he don't deal with
Sprains,
nothing.
dislocation, fractures, stuff like that.
And for the record, American Dream. I don't even know why you here. You want to call somebody. You want to call somebody pseudo. And here go the book. By the way, the book is out. The book is out and in people's hands. In more hands than you think. Get your copy.
No, he ain't gonna get it. He's gonna talk crazy.
Yeah.
Do you know about the very top? I'm looking for one tonight. No, I'm go in. No. I know I'm playing. I'm 195.
Oh man.
I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, y'all got an orthopedic.
So you looked him up and seen who he was. I put that on the screen. Talked
Yeah,
about
no
his
way
credentials.
possible. Like, who's listening to that?
Yeah, but see, Facebook struck me on Science with Sean, put me out for 90 days.
Oh, you can't go live for 90 days. You can make a
Yeah, I got
video
90 days no live.
So you can just throw your video
Boom.
on your Zoom and then put it in your loading your channel. Get your loading schedule together.
Yeah, I ain't tripping on that.
Yeah, what's wrong with them? Then they won't let you tell them that y'all stupid. They get mad.
Right. I told them that they was in They showed me the video and had all my sources right next to it. and then says this violates the your local health agency and the WHO. I said every source that I had the New England Journal of Medicine, I had JAMA Network, I had the BMJ, I had who else? Uh Nature. I had 2 Nature sources. I had New Science, Science Medical. I had all kind of stuff. I had the CDC. I had all of that up there. Like I really was killing the point for point arguments made in that 70-minute video.
I feel like you trying to do something weird, bro.
Yeah,
And they did that. But that's the new argument. And it's been out since
That's
early
not a new
November.
argument, man. I'm not arguing that shit with nobody that's fixing your knee.
Yeah.
Whole different profession, yo. Whole different the ball of wax. What is he talking about?
What are you trying to do, bro?
No, we're not going to repair my ACL and tell me how a virus works, yo. I'm not listening. I'm just as good as you with that. Yeah, yo, I'm just as good as you with that. You know, we'll beat them up though, Sean. You
Yeah.
already know that, right? Yeah, we get them
Beat
on
the
the live and
brakes
beat
off
them
of
up. Yeah, they get beat up. Come on, Malcolm, we be beating them silly in that moment. They be like, oh my God, you're not a doctor. I said, he's not neither.
I see you, contrarian. I see you in the chat.
He's not a doctor neither. Yes, he is. No, he's fixing your ankle.
Right. But see, people are listening to him thinking that he's an expert because he's a doctor, but they don't know what kind of doctor that he is. But he says it earlier on that he says, I'm a physician. You see what I'm saying? He slicks the physician, but he doesn't
we
really
don't
give
believe
the type of physician that he is. And then he continues to go through in his slideshow presentation and do those things, and then therefore it ends up being the way that it actually is.
Man, what we learned in this pandemic, let me tell you what I learned in this pandemic. Don't trust them. Like the whole doctor thing, they crazy. You be like, dude, I know you're a doctor, but you're not a doctor over here. Why are you trying to do it? So I suggest all the little small clinics, man, get out of that, man. Go to a serious operation. Look up the operation. Make sure it's right. Make sure it's back, right? Make sure it's serious. Because them little small operations with them little doctors thinking they can do more than they really can do. Nah, man, you can't trust that, man. The white coat, yo, they kill you with that. This guy doing a whole presentation, messing up the whole field of immunology and virology. Like, he just messed it all up. Like, who are you, dude? He doing it on purpose, yo.
Mm-hmm.
So you look them up, yo, and they saying, what
I looked
about
him
this
up.
nut? What did he say about this fool?
It's the automated system. It's not necessarily YouTube. It's those bots that they're using that reject certain things. And I just think that, if you ever get a strike from the
I
bot,
did, bro. I did.
yeah,
I
then they just
beat up.
gonna hunt your channel down. Like, you know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna.
Yo, but I'm just trying to say, yo, when you looked up the crazy doctor guy, I know they said he was a quack, though, didn't he? It's a quack.
Right.
Yeah, he's a quack.
Pretty much.
Yeah, people listen. So now the pseudos that got beat so bad that now they listen to anybody with a coat on. As long as you got a white coat on.
Mm-hmm. Remember what happened with the black lady that had that lab coat on the last time during the early on in the pandemic?
What about them 2 doctors that came on there? We beat them up.
Yeah.
Early in the game. They retired, yo. I don't know where they at. I don't even think they talking vaccine. Yeah, they talking vaccines. I think they got off that.
Mm-hmm. But that's the climate that we're actually in. I actually I pinned the link to the book in the chat, but I put it in there again.
So wait.
For those of you who ain't got it. Hey, Malcolm, you got the book, man. How have you read any of the books so far?
Get out.
I haven't finished the entire book, but yeah.
What chapter have you read? What chapter would you say you learned something from, or what? Because this is a hard. It's easier for me to ask you because you know a lot of this stuff. So which chapter
Yeah,
that you read you felt like you've actually learned something from, or there was something in there that kind of opened your eyes to some information you wasn't privy to?
that I wasn't privy to.
No, yeah. Something that you're like, oh, okay, this.
Shit.
It's kind of hard, Sean. We done argued your ass down through the whole book, yo. So I don't know.
Yeah.
No. I'm saying, listen. I'm saying this because he's in the field. So if You see what I'm saying? So I'm asking if there was something that surprised him about the book,
Wait.
right? That could have been an uh-oh moment for him, if one exists.
Yeah, you got quite a bit good information in here. In fact, pages 44 through 47, as you can tell, I got it right here before me. When you list a ton of the symptoms about the older people who are at risk for issues. You talked about pregnancy, liver disease. I did not know about Down syndrome. Was one thing that I noticed. You also talked about transmission, the route to person transmission. When you mentioned about the restaurants, how particles move. I thought that was pretty good. I did not, like I said, I only made it. Let me see. I stopped at page 71. Talking about the COVID skin, leads to rashes in weird places in some instances, bumps like armpit, hand, leg area. I didn't know that.
Get out.
So yeah, that was information that I didn't know. You've even talked about some stuff that I hadn't really, you know what I'm saying, hadn't really studied up on well. It was like the COVID, I can't really say it on air.
COVID.
Yeah. The impotent. The impotent.
Yeah.
That's what he's talking about. That's what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, a lot of people didn't know earlier on. But hold on, let's take this back to early 2020 when we were on the pseudo killers, and I had mentioned that I said that they were testing those people who had it through their sperm, right? Their sperm count. So they was looking at it like that, and I was like, wow, you can now have pretty much, we don't want to say it on the air, but yeah, your manhood is in jeopardy now. And then you're unable to actually perform your sexual duties or your pleasure in your wife because you got the COVID
Wishful
wiener.
Coming Up. Remember we beat Wishful Coming Up that came out with her friend, somebody took it and they can't get it up no more. Took the back.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, man, people was trying to say it was the vaccine. Nah, COVID does that to you.
COVID do that, yo.
Right, and that's the thing. See, most of the information I studied was just pretty much for most of the information that I, you know what I'm saying, come across is mainly about respiratory. Because COVID typically passed through respiratory transmission, right? So nobody really think that it would show, cause symptoms that can be visible to the naked eye. You know what I'm saying? You mostly think of it as when you see COVID, you see somebody coughing, sneezing on a respirator, on a ventilator. You don't think to see fingers messing up, or toes messing up, or other elongated body parts. You ain't really thinking about how you can actually see it with your eye, as opposed to maybe witnessing somebody in the hospital.
Yep.
But you
but that was unique though. That was unique because people didn't really understand it, and then more science, right? More science began to roll out regarding the whole thing. So, ladies and gentlemen who may not really be catching what we're talking about erectile dysfunction. We're talking about COVID encourages erectile dysfunction, COVID infection. So the disease can cause or lead up to erectile dysfunction. And they have the science to back that up. And that's, for those of you who didn't know, that's what we were referring to. That's one of the cases. And it's tough. It's tough. Go ahead, Malcolm.
Yeah, that's cold blooded, man. So that was pretty good information, man, that you dropped in the book and even verbally in some of the presentations on the show. But I mean, from in general though, hell, I wouldn't have knew who Vincent Ragnello was had I not been watching the show. You know what I'm saying? I would have never even had a chance to even tune in. So
Mm-hmm.
So definitely the sources that you mentioned and loaded up on some of the organizations here, American Academy of Dermatology. I would have never even thought to even, you know what I mean? Like I would have never looked at anything about the from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's the truth of that. And that's why I said pretty much like in the book, its onset was to help people establish a little foundation of understanding viruses and then the immune system and other things, and then just going into how the virus attacks the body and just educating people on that because they only think that it attacks people a certain way. Well, no, it does a multitude of things. And then once you've been prepared to deal with the onset of how the virus acts, behaves, and then the immune system acts and behaves, and how different things function, then you can go and deal with the claims. Because when you start breaking down those, and I don't know if you've got to that chapter yet, but once you get to the chapter where you're dealing with these claims, then you begin to pick up on certain things that you weren't paying attention to earlier on in the conversation, and then it exposes you to, wow, a year ago I wasn't thinking like that, but now that I'm reading this and this is drawing my attention, I can see immediately how to dismiss a lot of these claims. And we're in holiday season, so we're around our family members and friends, and I guarantee you, if you're having conversations specifically around the virus, right, or you hear people just calling everything COVID-19 and not calling it its proper name, SARS-CoV-2, then you'll be able to help correct some of those behaviors. Like in the state of Tennessee, we're dealing with a governor who just removed all restrictions. He didn't
Right.
sign back into law or anything. So now bars, restaurants, clubs, all these different people can't make you wear a mask, can't make you protect yourself. You're elbow to elbow now. And what happens in our state? We receive an increase in infections. We receive an increase in deaths. Now, you always have to remember the deaths come after infection. They don't never happen simultaneously in
Right.
these instances.
Right.
So, we have these numbers and then we see them increase. And then when I looked at our overall numbers in the United States in the last week, bro, do you know we back over 100,000 when we was down to the 70s?
Man, seriously?
Over over a 7-day period. I pulled it up yesterday. Over a 7-day period, bro. The last few days they've been 100, 111, 119, 100 and something
Yeah.
else. Yeah. Let me
And
try to see if I can go back. Right.
Death's lag about 2 weeks behind, I think.
Yep.
Close
I
to 2 weeks.
projected it out seven, yeah, about 7 to 14. Yeah,
7 to
you're right.
14. Yeah.
Yep. A lot of them catch up like that.
Man.
Let's see, COVID-19 deaths in the US. Let me see if I can pull up the Bloomberg or the World Meter Tracker and show you what I had on the website. Could just go get that source I had, but I don't feel like going backwards into the thing. And then we was at 775. We okay, hold on. So, all right. Y'all remember a couple of days ago, I said that when we was at 775 or 777, that we're going to hit 800,000 deaths. Look at where we are today. I said we were going to hit 800,000 deaths before the new year. I said, if not the new year. We are at 800,000 deaths and we ain't even got to dang near December, bro.
That's crazy.
Yep. And so, let me try to go get Bloomberg, but I wanted to show everybody how we are basically at 800,000 deaths. And that means that the numbers have increased.
Yep.
And then it is what it is, man. So now I'm finna pull back up the thing. I think I'm signed. I should automatically be signed in. When I try to do it on my phone, they be telling me I ain't signed in and I don't even be knowing my password. All right, so here's the mapping of coronavirus outbreaks across the world. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna deal specifically with the US. And we're gonna go on down a little bit and we're gonna get to this world map. And let me see. Where my thing at where I can just click and do the US. Now remember, this site that I'm using right here, this isn't updated like the other tracker. The other tracker is more real time. This isn't a real time tracker right here. As you can see, the last time it was updated was 4:33. So you see that right there, 111,000, 92,000. See, it doesn't give us the actual true cases there that's going on. But
Is
like I said,
Bloomberg?
those deaths,
Okay.
yeah,
Damn.
those deaths lag. Yeah, and this site lags a little bit versus the other meter that we have up. But you see that, I mean, I'm telling y'all that we gonna be all over that death number. 800,000 is like really, really real. Well, okay, I think he try to come now. He ain't came back yet. But yeah, man, that's where we are, man. But now, me and Uncle, we had our little muscle argument beginning of it, but the conversation always is needed anyway because it get clarity. But I knew he didn't understand what I was saying. I know he understood that we can't boost our way out of it, but he didn't understand the position that I was actually upholding to when it comes to, uh, like this whole booster notion, because I know it's driven by the Delta variant and its ability to break through uh, and infect more people and cause more turmoil. And he was like, "Well, John Hopkins in the CDC," and I like, man, I'm not really listening to that. I'm listening to these experts that are saying what they're saying, and until those numbers move, you know what I'm saying? I'm not looking at a booster ad. I'm not looking at trying to get a booster shot right now until further data comes out. And I do understand what he's saying when people like the lay person that's just going to the CDC or going to John Hopkins and reading what they're saying about the booster shots. They're not going and following the data as I am or other people are. But I'm just like, when we had these discussions, it gives people an opportunity to see that. Like, you gotta know the data. What does the data say? Just don't take people's word for what's being said. Okay, yeah, they approved the vaccines, but what does the science say? Regardless of what, like the CDC and John Hopkins and all these other prestigious fields of study can say whatever they want, but we still have to follow the science, and then we still have to see what the experts are saying that's either for it or against it. And as you came in and stated, there's a ton of top infectious disease experts, epidemiologists, virologists, and immunologists that are standing on the grounds of, hey, we need more data. We need to continue to test. We need to continue to study and see how these vaccines are still working in real time. And that's why I'm saying, like, man, no matter what variant come out, if the vaccines are protecting against the spread of infectious disease, hospitalizations, and death over 90% plus, then we don't need to move from the fact of where we are with our current vaccine intake, unless you're one of the people that fall into those categories of immunocompromised. Uh, you got comorbidities, more than one disease. you're over the age of 50, or you live in a setting that's conducive to you needing to be vaccinated. Like people that are in jail, like you behind bars, I would highly recommend somebody, and I don't know if we got people that's behind jail to listen to these shows, but if you behind bars and they administering and they giving out shots, I would highly, if the shot is available for you to get it as a booster, I would highly recommend it, because you're in a close proximity of other people, especially people coming in and up out of that correctional facility. You know what I'm saying? And it happened in a way that it actually happened, especially people that front line the whole fight. They, they need the business, but then you got people that going holiday shopping in the malls and things of that nature. Them people are susceptible to spreading the virus, because the majority of those people aren't vaccinated. If you're in the South, in other areas, you're at concerts, things like that. Like, it's crazy. What y'all telling me? Like, y'all crying in the chat because Pfizer was weak. They talking about food. People that eat, he said, people that eat ass need boosters. Yeah. Oh, y'all talking about that. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, all in all, I'm still following the science, because that's what it says. Now I ain't dumb. He says that's how it was getting in the senior citizens' homes and nursing homes. Yes, exactly. Exactly. People coming in and up out of those senior citizens' home and nursing homes, infecting them people. Cause they can't coming and visiting and leaving, and those asymptomatic people don't know that they carry into the disease. They shedding the virus all up in those facilities. You know what I'm saying? And what's beautiful about science is this, and I said this on the other show, but the fact that they can tell you how long it takes for a particular variant to infect you is by far some of the most incredible science out there. I mean, it blows my mind how well that they can track that.
Fact. Fact.
And ultimately, that's where I'm at with it. Like, I've been more in tune with trying to know what the epidemiologists know. Even though Vince Yellow, that's the go-to, but he says you have to be multidisciplinary in this event. I mean, you got to know a little bit about what the epidemiologists do, what the immunologists do, and you got to know what he does, which his specialty is with virology.
Right.
And
Yeah, that's another.
his books is written that way.
And then that's another good thing about his show is he'll actually have those people in their
It's the other
discipline
way
come on his
around.
show. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now I was talking to Sutek in the chat. He's saying Moderna is MLK. No, sir. Moderna is Malcolm. Because Moderna's still fighting by any means necessary. Pfizer ain't doing. Hey, Pfizer is trying to turn the other cheek.
So think I'm saying Madonna now. I'm saying Madonna.
Andrew Ford says I'm pro-vax, but they can miss me with them boosters. You don't, well, and I don't know your age or your situation or your job status. So I wouldn't necessarily just all the while dismiss the booster. You see what I'm saying? Like, I feel you don't want to get another vaccine, but that booster may, depending on which vaccine you've had, you may need the booster shot, especially those of you who have had Johnson & Johnson's vaccine. If you get an mRNA vaccine, that's a hell of a booster shot that you're getting right there, because that's going to provide you additional protection that you didn't get from your initial vaccination. He said Pfizer is Diop. Psych. You almost made me say Pfizer is what's your boy name that told us to paint our houses with lead? What is it? What's his name?
Valentine.
Phil Valentine. But I can't do Pfizer like that. I can't do Pfizer like that. Miss us with that malarkey. You see him throwing it up there? Yeah. Well, y'all crazy, man. Y'all been rocking out. My immune system turning the other cheek. Oh, yeah. Oh, Lala, what you get? Oh, you get Pfizer? Yeah, Lala done got Pfizer too. Man, I've been cussing on here. Oh, I know. Hey, tell your mama I apologize. I ain't mean to cuss. I should have did better than that. But you know, when you talk to Unc, you gotta cuss. Unc make you cuss. He said, "Don't get the channel shut down." Man, I done. Oh yeah. Pfizer, yeah. You turn another cheek. You need to go on. Yeah, that booster is highly recommended for y'all. But nah, the vaccines are still, even without a booster, everybody, the vaccines are still protecting against hospitalizations and deaths and the spread of infectious disease. It's doing what it initially was set out to do during the trials. That's just a fact. You know what I'm saying? But these boosters and like Malcolm said, these boosters are driven by prevention of infection, and rightfully so. Like, most people do not want to encounter COVID-19 in no sense, shape, or the form. And some people who've had it, who've been vaccinated, they don't want it no more either. She said, I was in the trenches with no vaccine. Ooh. Yeah, you tripping. But you said you got Pfizer, so that's better than nothing. He said, my antibodies catching up. Boy, you gonna need them. You gonna need them in a heartbeat. Says Kofi is gonna be, man. Oh, mad. Man, ain't nobody think about Kofi. Said, that's right. Moderna. By the way, Chavis got a book he about to come out with, y'all. I ain't gonna tell y'all what the name of the book is, but it's coming soon. He'll be able to do a show about it and let everybody know, man. We gotta support that work. And go get your copy of Spear Masters. And make sure y'all pick up As I Learn, We All Learn from Kofi, and Beautiful Lessons of Kimoyo from Kofi. And if you ain't got What Sars Cov2 Taught Me, you tripping. You tripping all the way. And I seen a bunch of people go on the website and all that, looking around. Man, get your copy of the book. Yep. Get your copy of the book. We're going to get it out there to you. If you ain't subscribed to the Monster Warrior Clan YouTube channel, you need to subscribe to the channel. It is more than just about COVID-19 talks. We talk Africa all day long, culture, traditions, customs, history, linguistics, all of that. We all about that. We all about that. So yeah, man, make sure you pick up your copy of What Sars Cov2 Taught Me. For everybody that actually get the books, yes, I will be signing the books. And I will be getting those books out there to you as quickly as possible. So for anyone who purchased it today, if the post offices are open tomorrow in the morning when I come back from the barbershop, I'm dropping them off like that, and you'll get an email confirmation with your tracking number. I don't waste no time getting y'all tracking information and y'all books in y'all hands. So that's just me. I do appreciate the love. But yeah, man, go get your copy of What Sars Cov2 Taught Me. Learn from all of our experiences. We all went through this pandemic. SARS CoV-2 all has taught us a lesson, and it put certain things in our lives in perspective. But I guarantee you, it's a nice little tool that you can learn from. Let me see what Sutek in here hating on Moderna about. I'm finna write a hood street novel. Oh, nigga novel. That boy crazy. The God Killer is back.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
I want to deal with this. You familiar with that Gibraltar article yet?
Gibraltar.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
I ain't even ready yet. Hold on. You know, my favorite friend, Kim Brew,
Oh my goodness gracious! You still
the
dealing with that
nurse,
too, though?
the exclaimed nurse.
Yeah, a nurse
Oh
and
my
what?
God, bro. Let me see. I ain't even look it up. Hold on, man. I'm gonna find it. We can get right to it. You can still hear me, right?
Yeah, we hear you.
All right, hold on. I don't want to just.
Hey, I'm hold up. I'm about to print this label out for these people getting these books. So I just want everybody to know this how I move. I move in a way to make sure that you get your book quick.
Say what?
What you got going on? Go ahead, do your
I know.
thing.
I need to. I don't want to knock myself off trying the phone on.
You still on your phone, yo?
Yeah, it's on my phone. Now I need to get the article.
This
I'm gonna
dude.
send it to you. Hold on.
Let me print this label out for these books.
How you doing? What you doing? Hold on. Oh man. Still holding.
What's the name of the? Give me the article title.
I sent it to you.
Where you send it
And
at?
oh shit. Gibraltar,
Oh, you
the
texted.
graphics, Rutgers, the latest coronavirus counts, maps, Christmas celebrations counts. Hold on. In Gibraltar, 100% of adults are fully vaccinated against COVID-19.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. Let me see. I ain't look at the website yet, man.
Oh, I think somebody else tried to use this before, and they talked about how
Yeah,
people.
Brazil. I got the article right here. I'm gonna send you the thing so we can read it. As always,
Nah,
people
nah,
misreading
nah.
shit.
I seen this. I seen this before.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah. So people are like, but yet still new cases. They don't understand science. Is
I
this
know
what?
they don't, dog.
But
Let
there's
me
a.
hold on.
Is
Before
this
you talk.
from? If this from graphics rooters or is this from
Yeah,
Riot
Reuters too.
Times Online?
This is from. This is from. This one is from. Damn. This is the Rio Times, the Latin
Okay,
American
that's what I.
Voice
Yeah.
of
Okay.
Brazil.
All right. So that's what they want to use that.
Yeah. Well, before I even read it, I haven't read it. What I would say was, think about it. If you got 100%, I'm gonna do this. If you got 100% people vaccinated, right, then the rate of breakthrough cases will go up. So, for instance, if you had 5 out of 100 people vaccinated, right, then the
Yeah.
breakthrough cases would be low. Am I correct? But if you had 100% people vaccinated, right, then quote unquote, the breakthrough rate will be high. But why would that be? Because there's more people vaccinated. Give it a more like that's simple right there. But go ahead, Sean. I gotta
All
get
right.
this.
So first of all, I would slow it all the way down to this. Which vaccine are they administering in Gibraltar? Which vaccine? Okay, because if you have 100% of your population vaccinated, that does not mean that everyone has 100% protection. There's no vaccine that has 100% percent protection. So, what vaccines are they using? Once I can uncover, right? Because this is similar to Singapore, who's 94%, Ireland, which is 92%. But which vaccines are they using? So Gibraltar is not telling us that in the news article, right? So we have to go and find which vaccine that they are using. So now when we go look, let me see. Let me try to find out which vaccine Gibraltar is using. So when I go to find out which vaccine that they're using, right? Gibraltar closes in on full coronavirus vaccination being administered in Gibraltar are manufactured by, let's see who the manufacturer is. Let's say. Now here you go.
All right, wait a minute,
Right?
because I ain't read that article yet. I know the article gonna kill because that's a credible source. I'm thinking
The
for that.
article doesn't tell you who's administering what. And
Okay,
then
the
so
Real
you don't
Times might be decent though. Go ahead, read it though. Let's see what it
Real
says.
Times doesn't have a source in it at all.
Oh my God, no, they
There's
falling
no.
apart.
So the vast
Oh.
majority of vaccines being administered in Gibraltar are manufactured by Pfizer and BioNTech, with a small number of jabs produced by AstraZeneca.
Oh, okay.
So now we can have an idea. But Gibraltar is not only vaccinating its own residents. But see, this is so now we know it's Pfizer and BioNTech. So now
Okay.
you go back and you look at the data. You look and see what portion of the population is seeing new infections. Gibraltar is reporting 40 new infections on average each day. 32% of the peak, the highest daily average reported on January 6th. There have been 7,129 infections, 98 coronavirus related deaths reported in the country since the pandemic began. All right.
Mm.
So the new cases hasn't exceeded 40. They average about 32. Gibraltar has administered 96,771 doses of COVID vaccine so far.
What is that? The joke, yo? The increase in cases described by the government as what's this? Exponential comes despite Gibraltar having the highest vaccine. You reading it?
Yeah, it's not a lot of data in this article that you're talking about.
I know it ain't nothing in it. It was just
No,
stupid shit, man.
it's not a lot of. That's what I'm saying. The Rio Times doesn't have any data for you to go by.
Yeah, they ain't got nothing. I want to. You got it up on there so we can read. Let me see.
I mean, I can put it on
the
the screen, but
put it on the screen. Let's
like
just see
I
what we get out of just being on the screen. Just for
yeah,
being
okay.
regular people that like to read. Let's see what we get out of this. Let's see if the title match up with the hell it's saying.
All
Oh
right,
man, oh man, oh man. Oh, I see what it is, yo. Got him. Did you see it? You put it up there?
it's on the
It's right
screen.
there. It says cultivated alternative narratives. What the hell is that? Why would you say that? Did you see that? You reading the same one I'm reading, yo? Cultivated alternative narratives.
Where
Is
you
that a
see
joke?
that at? Oh,
You must not got the one I got. Let me see.
no,
what
I ain't got the one you got.
Yeah, you got it. You don't got the. Let's go up there a little bit.
I'm at the top.
You don't see the cultivated alternative narratives? Oh, what's that joke? What are they trying to say here? Yeah, I can't believe you ain't got that shit. Hold on. Yeah, look at it on you real quick, Sean. Look right here.
Hold on.
You see it? What do they mean cultivating alternative narratives? What's the
Nah, I
joke?
don't have
I just
cultivated.
sent it. All right, look what I just sent you.
Okay, I see it says curated alternative methods. This article right here doesn't have it,
Okay, so let's read it. Let's see what
but
the
it's
hell
the
they're trying
same
to
article though, so I don't understand how it doesn't have it. It's in blue. It's in blue
say.
above, right above
Yeah.
here, but this one doesn't have it.
Okay, so let's read this out. Let's see what they're saying. Go ahead, Sean.
Well, both of these don't look the same. They look similar, but don't look similar. And I'm gonna
Read the
show you.
one.
I'm gonna show you in a minute.
Okay.
So it says in Gibraltar, 100% of adults are fully vaccinated against COVID-19, and yet new cases are exploding. So there's a spike in positive COVID-19 cases. Gibraltar canceled official Christmas events and strongly discouraged people from hosting private gatherings for 4 weeks. The entire eligible population of Gibraltar is vaccinated. And then it goes down to say Gibraltar government recently announced cancellations of the Christmas parties, official receptions, similar gatherings, and advised the public to avoid social events and parties for the next 4 weeks. Outdoor venues recommended over indoor venues. Touching and hugging are discouraged, and masks are recommended. The dramatic increase in the number of people testing positive for COVID-19 in recent days is a stark reminder that the virus is still very prevalent in our community, and that it is everyone's responsibility to take every reasonable precaution to protect ourselves and our loved ones. And that's from the health minister, Samantha Sacramento. Then it says the increase in cases described by the government as exponential comes despite Gibraltar having the highest vaccination rate in the world. More than 118% of Gibraltar's population is fully vaccinated against COVID-19. The figure exceeds 100% due to the process received by Spaniards who cross the border to work or visit the new territory every day. There you go. There you go. You hear that?
Yeah, say the figure exceeds 100% due to
Due to the
doses
by
received.
Spaniards who cross the border to work or visit the territory every day. So there's the potential for the virus to enter
Okay.
into the country every day. Now, the entire adult population, look, again, there it goes. The entire adult population of Gibraltar has been fully vaccinated since March,
Yeah, leave
and
out the
masks are
kids and the
still
teenagers.
required in stores and public transportation.
So they said adult population. So what about people under 18?
Here we
Okay,
go.
keep going. All right, keep going.
Gibraltar currently distributes booster doses to people over 40, healthcare workers, and other vulnerable groups, and even administers vaccines to children aged 5 to 12.
Okay, keep going.
Similarly, well-vaccinated countries have also reported surges, such as Singapore and Ireland. 94% of their population is eligible, have been vaccinated, and Ireland, same thing.
We
Cases
reading the
of
same thing.
yeah,
Similar.
it's right.
Let me see. Similar well-vaccinated countries have also reported surges COVID-19 positive recently. It says in Singapore, where 94% of the eligible population has been vaccinated, cases and deaths spiked to record levels in the late October, and it's a decline slightly. It's in Ireland, where about 92% of the adult population is fully vaccinated.
Yeah, but
COVID-19
now,
cases and deaths
hold
survived
on, hold on. Watch this.
Yeah, they just threw it out.
I live in Jib, and I and others are not vaccinated. We want to be, but the
Oh,
government is no longer performing initial vaccinations, only booster shots. The understanding I have is that there's considered just about everyone is vaccinated. So the program has been shut down. I am planning to fly twice to UK where hopefully I get vaccinated. And this seems to be the only solution.
this is not a good paper right here. But they got other articles, mandates not based in science. It says COVID-19, 22 scientific studies show that
Yeah.
vaccine mandates are not based in science.
This is what I said. This
Barbados
article
becomes the
doesn't
world's
have any
first
sources.
nation with, huh?
The article doesn't have sources on it.
Yeah, that's horrible. Like this ain't a credible paper. They fake niggas out.
It's missing a
Y'all
lot of
have a
data.
source. It's missing everything.
Yeah. So when you write stuff like this, you should
Yeah,
have
that's your opinion. It's an opinion paper, huh?
right. But you also will have the statistical data to back that up. When you say 100% of the population has been vaccinated, then you would be able to demonstrate that 100% with
Oh
charts.
man, we gotta
Because
get
now
this.
you would have an epidemiologist. You would have an epidemiologist substantiate this position that you're taking with everyone being 100% vaccinated.
Yeah, they bugging. How about those Gibraltar COVID cases data? Let's go to the data.
You say do what now?
Let's go to the data. Type in Gibraltar COVID cases, put on the screen.
I already got that. I
Oh,
got
you
this
got
right
it up
here.
on them?
This right here is what you're talking about.
All right, let's see.
This right here
Yeah, what they talking about? Let's see. We can look at it for
from
ourselves.
Reuters.
Oh, that's what you had on Reuters? Yeah, what Reuters talking about? I ain't on
Yeah.
Reuters. I'm just on the basic.
Gibraltar is reporting 40 new infections on a daily average, 32% of the peak. The highest daily average reported January 6th. 7,129 infections, 98 coronavirus-related deaths. Daily reported trends, as you can see here, we get all the way down into November 26th. They got 37 new infections, and then they don't really have any infections here. They go parts of the year between February all the way into like June and July before they really see any major cases. They were seeing like one every so often, it seemed. Look, because they really not look how low their numbers are. Then it says Gibraltar's administered 96,000 doses of COVID-19. Assuming every person needs 2 doses, that's enough to vaccinate 143% of the country's population. And then it shows this chart right here. During the last week reported, Gibraltar averaged 349 doses administered. As COVID-19 infections began to be reported around the world, it deals with that. But this is Reuters. They really don't get too far into everything. They just basically saying, hey, they doing a good job down there.
Let me see.
And then there's another one, Politico closes in on full coronavirus vaccination. Let's see when this was written. This was March 4th, earlier in the year. This helped me find out what vaccine they was looking for. Using. This is how I found that they were using Pfizer and AstraZeneca. Now, if this is true about AstraZeneca, you're going to have breakthrough cases all day long. You're going to have more breakthrough cases in this vaccine than you will by Pfizer.
Yeah. So what they?
Well, Unc, if they administering 2 different vaccines, AstraZeneca is kind of weak.
Yeah, it is.
That's why it ain't approved for emergency use over here.
It ain't approved over here, is it?
Nah, and then they're not going to approve it.
So they using AstraZeneca and what else?
And Pfizer.
Dang.
Yeah. So that's where they at with that.
Yeah, but that's a horrible article to read, though. They leave you out there.
Well, that's why Kim sent you the article, because it don't have any scientific data. It doesn't have any scientific data that you can comb through to either to agree with or refute.
Yeah, she got it right there. Yeah. I can't even read this shit.
But that's how she rolled, though, and that's why I question the fact that she's even a nurse.
Yeah, yo, plenty of nurses is nutted up these days, yo.
Not all of them, because the nursing agency, you know what I'm saying? Look, we got Malcolm on here. Malcolm, y'all nutted up.
Right, you quacked out nurses out there, that's for sure. I have seen it, and then you got some that's straight up on point, and then they see the seriousness of the situation and they take precautions. My background loud, y'all gotta forgive me.
Okay.
It ain't louder than Unc's. But yeah, man, it is what it is.
Wow.
So it's much better than the first one. I don't think I played the second one. Oh, they talking about. Oh, okay. They tripping in the chat. CK in the chat. What up, CK? CK come in here talking about
she read about the people getting shot.
Nah, she talking about Call of Duty.
How do you spell that? AstraZeneca.
Astra, ASTRA. ZE.
Hold on. ASTRA. Dang.
And then ZEN.
Hold on. ASTRA.
ZEN.
It's separate, ain't it? ZEN.
Nah, it's all one word. Zeneca.
Oh, okay. I got it.
You got it.
Yeah, I got it. I think it's ZENECA. I got it.
What you find?
Oh, no, that's the vaccine they're using.
Yeah. Go look at its efficacy.
Yeah.
What'd you come up with?
Well, AstraZeneca, no, I know it's bogus. It's a little bit behind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, the vaccine. Yeah, she's crazy, man. Can't talk to her, man, about vaccines. I told her I can't do it. I just refuse to. It get worse. She thinks she got her own formula to stop coronavirus. I was like, ain't no way in the world.
Time out. Time out. You saying that Kim says that she has her own way of
Yeah, she
stopping
got her own.
the
Yeah,
spread of.
I can't. Yeah, I can't.
She has her own way of stopping
Yeah.
the spread of Sars Cov2.
Yeah.
Yeah, she crazy. What's her way?
Yeah.
Did she tell you?
Some detox debauchery shit. I don't know. Come on, y'all. I said you
The
can't detox your
she
body.
is
Your
she talking
body
about?
detox
Is she
your
talking about the Ali Baba Muhammad detox?
No, she's talking about her own shit she's selling now.
Oh, so she's selling the detox too.
Yeah. Come on, I can't do it. Yep.
That's how y'all rocking. What up,
Yo.
Teddy? Dang, how you create a detox to? Okay, so here's my question: how do you create a detox to train your immune system on how to stop a novel virus?
Oh, you just gotta
What
be
do you have?
careful.
What do you have in the? What do you have in this detox that will train the immune system? This is now that's cutting edge technology right there.
Yeah, I want to hear that. I want to hear this.
Mm.
I mean, come on, man. Let me know. How does that transpire? Did she say so? She still ain't said nothing.
No, I just can't. I can't. I'm trying to get off the text, man. She says a loophole. I'll say the fucking vaccine not even approved in America, but it's still better than taking a motherfucking fucking elderberry bath.
An elderberry bath.
Yeah.
What the hell? What is going on with people, man? You tripping, yo.
Yo, you ain't hear about the elderberry bath niggas is taking, yo?
No.
Hold on, wait,
Beat the
whoa.
virus, yo.
Nah. Hold on, wait. I'm thinking you joking. This a thing for real?
Man, that's what I'm
Yeah, yo,
saying, Malcolm.
you just,
We over here on the same page, bro.
Dude, I'm about to log out, bro. I can't take it. I can't do it, man.
What bath is going to train the immune system on how to stop a novel virus that is fictitious?
I don't believe you.
And there's no detox that does that either. There's no such thing as a
detox
detox
works.
that can train the immune
Yeah.
system to stop a novel virus. You can't do that. And there's no herb, ladies and gentlemen. No herb. Lala says elderberry is big business. What? Absolutely. And they tell you to stay away from big pharma. What about big herbalists? Big natural. Dang on elderberry bath. I'm not doing that. CK said it's outside the body. Exactly. See, this is how you know people don't know
She
how
tried
the
to hit me with
immune
the
system works.
B11. Look, she tried to hit me with the B11326. Nigga, that's the new variant. I know what's going on. Stop it, man. You talk about that today. Didn't you talk about that on
Nah,
the show earlier?
it's B11529. That's the new
Yeah,
that's
that's the
variant.
new variant,
Yeah,
man. She
she
messing.
don't
Yeah,
know what she bringing up.
yeah,
She
she messing it up.
look, bro. Listen. There ain't no data that would support her on any level of
Of course
elderberry bath.
not, man. How about just get a daggone, just go ahead and flush your system out, yo. I'm trying to
She
tell
don't know how the
people
immune
to do
system
that.
works.
Yeah, she don't. She don't care.
No, hell no. This is why I said I don't think she a nurse. Yo,
Yeah,
Malcolm.
shit, man.
Malcolm.
I'm real.
See the
All right.
words. See the
So
words.
do
Look,
you
listen. See the words. Did you
hey
say nurse? I said, yeah, see the word.
you're the worst. Yeah.
It's the worst.
You crazy. So Malcolm,
Oh.
do you have to know what's going on with the immune system, man? How's the what gives the immune system relevance in your world?
A lot of things. One of the big things, of course, is the transmission of germs from ourselves to patients. So, we teach hand washing. And so knowing why hand washing is important, and, because of the potential invasion of pathogens. So we definitely learned about the immune system. Not as, it could be a little more in depth, but we have to know about the immune system. Another thing we do as well, we come in contact with the sickest of the sickest patients, right? Especially working at a hospital. This is where people come when they die. And some of these people are HIV patients, cancer patients, lupus patients, right? Autoimmune disorders. They're taking suppressive immunotherapy drugs and things of that nature. And some nurses even, are work in the oncology department. So we definitely have to know about the immune system. And it really ain't no excuse for it. We vaccinate, bro. We we actually do the vaccinations, along with pharmacists and some doctors, but nurses vaccinate. There ain't no excuse for it.
So you ain't took an elderberry bath?
Man, I don't believe it. I can't believe that one, man. I gotta see that one. We ain't going there far. No. I can't do it. I gotta see that one, y'all. I'm sorry.
What clinical study did she have that would support her detox and the elderberry bath? Because I know you arguing with her right now, text message or something. Oh yeah, see he texting her right now. That's why we ain't getting no. That's why we ain't getting no. I already knew it was you, Tika. Why you sitting there talking about your name is Tika? I already knew that was you when I seen the address. So while you arguing with her, what clinical study or trial does she have? You know what I'm saying? That she can produce that will show us that elderberry baths and her detox worked effectively against preventing the spread of infectious disease, hospitalizations, and deaths in people who have been infected with COVID.
Sean, why you sound like that?
I don't sound like nothing. I sound good.
Sound like somebody in a black hole, yo.
Nah, that's you, bruh. I sound solid.
Let me go out and come back here. That sounds great.
Lala says I'm going to have to make a elderberry bath. I got to figure out how to make it. Maybe dry them out like rosemary.
Man.
Yeah, we could get paid if we wanted to take advantage of people's ignorance, we could get paid that way. Like straight up, like you know what I'm
Man,
saying? Like these people have no idea.
I'd be an easy millionaire if I was that type of person. Easy. The type of person to take advantage of people and what they don't know or think they do know. Oh man, easy millionaire.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. But nah, this is the stuff that you get when you're dealing with it. You know, see if we can. I'm gonna see if I can hunt it down because you already know if he keep falling out and talking and falling out, either he arguing with somebody on a phone, or you know what I'm saying, or a text message. And soon he get off the text message, StreamYard, the way it be working, it be kicking you off, especially when you're on your cell phone. So you really can't get too far into a conversation like that. But let me share my screen real quick. Cause this how I go down on his channel though. He said, hit my cash app with the elderberry. So you go to a post like this. Let's talk about what is stupid. If I misspell a word, then effing correct it. Fools think that think they can overturn high-level vaccine science with TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook doctor. Black people following crazy, unqualified white people is beyond impale. Then claiming those who following science are following white people. These nuts from Mars. And you go and you just kind of look at the comments and you'll begin to see a pattern from these people. This one post has 67 replies on it. You don't see how these elementary level errors tarnish your credibility. You know, he being funny. It says, he goes from there. He says, you can articulate what you comprehend. Think about it. And then they go back and forth. And then, you know, somebody says something and then they just going. Now he mad. He's still mad about something else. So don't mind these niggas, bro. They arguing over there for a little while. What's wrong, sis? You know, they going back and forth. And it is what it is. She is fully vaccinated. Her entire household is fully vaccinated. Straight up. This dude, I got him blocked because he ignorant. Well, I thought I did. Nope, there you go. What tarnishes credibility is he's the person he's referring to in these posts. So they go back and forth. So I'll argue with his haters all day. And just keep it simple. Some of them. You see what I'm saying? This dude want to argue with anybody. And he talks about credentials. Look at this. Let's show credentials and see who you really referring to. I'm willing to bet it's yourself. This the same dude that thinks that the Nawapic language is an African language, and he has no scientific study understanding. On my mama, I'll give you a glimpse into my college transcripts. This means nothing. Your college transcript still doesn't speak to the fact of what he said in his initial post. You still can't overthrow science. Yeah, zero understanding of science. See, there it goes. Let's be clear. He was a fraud acting like whatever he's saying. I don't know who these people are. So they go back and forth and they argue for a little while. And it just gets messy and muddy from there. But these are the people that comes on there. And peep this. This person tagged Ankh in the post, but his post that he tagged Ankh in, the information was fact-checked and found incorrect. See, like I said, they continue to argue back and forth on the post. Which makes no sense because it doesn't deal with the post. It's personal at that point. So let's see why this is. Now, this person posted something that says European Medicines Agency data shows 1.1 million adverse drug reactions and 30,000 fatalities from COVID. His source was fact-checked. And boom, the fact checker destroys his whole little claim. This stuff is unverified. And I don't even want to put it up because I don't want YouTube to try to strike the channel. But yeah. So he posted this and tagged Ankh. And let's see what the comments say in this. Let's talk about it, CW. Knock it off. This is fake website, fake, real fake information. Hold on, fool. It says, come talk about it. Deal with it. So here we go. This dude instigating. He want to hear what he got to say. It's all good. It seems on the research valid, but I know better. I've talked to actual virologists who know what's being done. So this person says that he talked to virologists. Says, unfortunately, Americans are hearing, and you see this? This is misinformation. This whole post was fact checked. And then they give you the fact check reason. And this is why I say when I refute things, I gotta do it on Facebook, because I was checking to see if Ankh popped. Because Facebook is letting the stupid stuff stay. Yeah, this website is fake as all get out. And the information in the website is fake as all get out. But this brother right here saying that he spoke to an actual virologist is cap. And I don't want to say anything because I don't want to get involved in notification wars. And this dude won't be able to do any of that. So there's the fact check article right there. But it's all day with 324 messages. This sister, man, she's a sweetheart, but she's super pseudo. Super pseudo. Like, I went back and forth with her earlier on, and I like the sister, you know what I'm saying? We friends, she cool, but she don't know nothing. And look, she talking about Darwin. Look, I almost finished reading this until I seen you stay Darwin or whatever. Like, she's anti. She's one of those people to push herbs, and she don't have no grounds for testing or anything like that. So it's real in the field. It's real in the field. People are scientifically illiterate. And don't nobody owe you no apology. Sean, can you zoom in on something? I X'd out of it, my bad. Look, facts. And what's big, what the deal is we actually talk to virologists, like for real, for real. Don't nobody owe you no apology. You want somebody to apologize to you? No, you know that. Nobody apologizing to you. Every time he on the other channel, you was blocking him left and right. Every time he spoke, you was blocking him and trying to time him out and all of that. Ain't nobody listening to all that. Apology. You owe us an apology for wasting our time. Let me see. Everything she gonna have he said, Lala said she gonna have with that elderberry bath. That's what's gonna happen. Every bit of that. Every bit of that. Man, look, you lying now. You lying. We seen you do it. We had other admins even telling us you was doing it. So quit lying. But look, y'all, I ain't gonna hold everybody up, man. I can't get his sound check right. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. Please, if you haven't got your copy of What Sars Cov2 Taught Me, get the book. I promise you it's a nice learning tool that you could use to be able to advance knowledge in your community, especially in your household, and you will learn something from it. All these anti-vaxxers, all these mandates, and all these people with all these different positions, they have yet to purchase the book. Even one of the people that are constantly on Unc West's page, who says that he's going to purchase the book, and he wanted to have a discussion after he got the book, he ain't done it yet. There's been a lot of purchases for the particular book, and everybody who's been getting it, I'm signing them and sending them on site. And there's a few people on there that are that been on the website looking around and so on and so forth. So I'm just trying to make sure that y'all get y'all booked. Purchase the book, get the book. I'm sending the book straight like that. You know, somebody from Maryland is on there. That's much love from there. Get your copy of the book. I'm gonna get it out there to you. It's gonna go down. But she said I don't get into Facebook debates because it is a waste of time. Yep, it is. But listen, any other Facebook any videos or anything like that related to that needs to be debunked or anything like that, I have cut back on it. If I ever do it again, it's going to be on my Facebook page. And the name, I'm putting it in the chat. So if I go live and you see it's about Sars Cov2, I'm about to get into one of these videos that need to be debunked, that's going to be the reason right there. I'd rather do it live. We can share it all over Facebook. We can get a whole bunch of people in the building and we can just build up off of that. So that's what we're going to do. That's the purpose of everything we got going on, man. I ain't going to hold nobody else up. I'm about to watch football. I ain't going to lie, movie. One of the two going to happen. So appreciate everybody for tuning in. Click the link in the description. Click the link in the chat. Purchase your copy of What Sars Cov2 Get it. What Sars Cov2 Taught Me. Don't be left out of the conversation. Join us. Peace.